Welcome everybody to the weekly update. We got our Bubba here right away. He's gonna leave though. He hates us. Bye Bubba. Get some Bubba butthole to start the stream, and he's gonna destroy my chair. Welcome to week 45 weekly update. Appreciate you guys being here. Peg, Sir Mexican, Capium, Bacon Snake, Denver Chess, Armin Jewel is here. Appreciate you guys all being here. Symmetrical Illusion, Pegs, Calf, and Cap. Calf. Luke is here as well. What's up, everybody? Welcome to week 45. Mex dethroned Knack. Oh, nice. Oh, look at that. Nice. But welcome. There's a lot going on this week. Quite a big update this week. The biggest update we've had in quite a while. So some cool stuff coming down the pipe. Also celebrating 2-year anniversary of South Park. November 9th is the official start date, which is, that's what my message says. I don't know about you guys. But pretty excited about the new changes. Get one chef in there for you guys. Captain, thanks for the host. I guess we're gonna do 2. But anyway, we're gonna get started with the update from last week. 5-6-6-7 is the closest to a near perfect run that has ever been run by any team. I believe it's 2 losses and a whole lot of 114s. What if everybody hosts? I would turn off the alerts after a while. Space Otters, Greek Gods, I don't even remember who was 5th, and Dire Tide running quite a bit more points than I thought they would. They did a nice job potato farming as well as us. Spoiler alert, Glanzer 9-0. God damn it, how did you even know that? You're gonna have a hard time finding someone mourning the Dougie nerf. Friar Pop actually wasn't, I mean, he wasn't happy or unhappy. He's just like, meh. He's like, Dougie needs to be there, man. A lot of people, but I mean, it doesn't really change it too much. We'll talk about that when we talk about that. Really, the health is his problem. Peg's not getting an alert, or do you have to click the alert button maybe? 2 losses, probably from Glanzer. Nah. Albert, get out of this box, buddy. Get out of here. He loves his boxes. So that remains, or the current standings remain relatively the same. If there's some changes between TMI and Chef's Elite, that might have happened last week because they are only 20 points away from each other. Mercenaries as well, I believe, moved up ahead Casa this time. I'd have to check to be sure, but roughly the same 9 that's been there the whole time. I really think that they should make a Platinum League. It'll really help it out. It'll bring it back, because the most fun we've ever had was that first week when it was just Illuminati and free to play, and we had like 40 matchups with Illuminati straight head to head. It was awesome. They won 1, we won 1. They beat us by 30, we beat them by like 500. So it was really fun. And then the next week when it was just like a few of us, it was more fun, but it was more like, we know the Chef's Elite are just gonna try to fucking get potatoes, so like how are we gonna stop that from happening? It wasn't competitive anymore. It had already moved on to how are we gonna get the most potatoes, because that's the only way that we can beat this other team that's gonna get potatoes. It's all about 10 now. Yeah, whoever 10 is. I was indifferent because Dougie's were slowly becoming easier to counter with the traps. Yeah, for sure. Dougie wasn't as big of a deal, but the freeze was good. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. So this week was good run by a lot of people. We had a really solid deck. I thought this deck was a really good deck. And we'll see that in the Team Wars games, which we can jump right into. Week 45 coming at ya. Let me see if these are pulled up right now. All right, let's see. These are all fairly short. We'll start with the main one this week. We'll start with the main deck this week. How about that? Let's see if these will come up. There we go. Yep, all the Dougies pretty much get a attack cut. But we'll talk about that later when we go over the update. So this is the first game I don't really know if I labeled them correctly where it's actually like the first game, but this is number 1. We got a Mercenaries, so we were hoping that it might be pretty good games this week. Kind of waiting for people to complain about the Dougie nerf so that I can laugh at them. Well, we'll see about the comments, which means Prophet is not absolute shit. Yeah, no shit. So we fireball him. I really thought that would kill him, so that was a big mistake on my part, but luckily I had played someone that really wasn't gonna get fucked up too bad. If he would have played the choir boy in front of the Psalm, that would have been pretty good. Now he does have Terry busting us up, but fortunately it's level 3, not level 5. I don't know if that's just a low-leveled Terry or Mercenaries decided to bring them low based on the fact that he has level 5 rats. I'm assuming honestly that this isn't the gold team Mercenaries, and this might be one of their other ones. So we use Imp to get away the defender, which you'll see I use that combo quite a bit. We don't even have to defend honestly because this will finish up the thing, so give him 1 point if he wants it. The Head of Many Moons is like amazing. He's a good time, man. E47 boy, I'm glad you're here. We're gonna be playing Minion Masters later. Maybe you'll jump in. We can play some 2v2s. Thought they were just gonna change Dougie to once you play it, it just instant takes the bar, but raises it to 6 cost. That'd be crazy. That would just be like, you'd just be running a really cheap, probably Mystic deck so that you could get more energy to be able to do the Dougies 3 times before your opponent could. All right, main 2. Well, at least you can win the giveaway, D47 boy. Mexican can throw some cheese. You hit Gold League in teams already? Nice. Yeah, the decks are pretty cool. You can like just throw a deck together and get wins. Because all the cards are, I mean, it's a really good game. Like as far as balance goes, I'm always impressed with it. When you get up to the top, you see a lot of cards because it's like, it's about cost at that point. But so this was a really unfortunate matchup here. I could play like an absolute moron, and Maxi by himself could probably take a bar. We probably could have waited a little bit longer, so then we could have hit Sally with that. But Sally was gonna die anyway, so it's not like she was a big problem. So we got Maxi coming at, and I tried to, when I played this, I tried to play the least amount of cards possible to like give this guy every chance that he possibly could. Because I could just play Witch Doctor and play Ninja and the game is over. The game's over, he can't beat me. But I wanted to give him every chance to counter, to have a chance. But I mean, even just level 6 Maxi would shit all over people. Got matched against a 2K? Oh man. Yeah, I got some 2Ks on Name Blues, I think. But those matchups were pretty good. Like, it was a good game. One of them I think was clearly somebody's secondary account, because the dude could play. I'm a level 8 and I matched against a 13. I saw that, that was pretty brutal. And I mean, down there it makes sense because, you know, how many level 8s do you think there really are? Not only because how many new players are there, but also how long do you stay on level 8? Probably not that long, right? The time it took you to go from like level 8 to 13 is probably like barely anything compared to level 15 to 16 or something. All right, we got the main one coming in clutch here. Can we pull out the 115? I don't know. Well, no, we can't do that because 114 is the max. Toyota file, SPOA Riot. I don't know what SPOA means. South Park Overachievers. 7771, not a terrible matchup in comparison to the 5K we just went up against. One matchup was out level, but the other two were similar ranked card levels. Nice. Good. So you got a 114? We go pegs. All right, we got Shelly coming at us. We're gonna lead with our Wendy after he can get a hit on Choir Boy. So the Choir Boy can get cleared up. Nice fireball, but we did powerbind both of these bitches. See if we can get the heal on the, oh, at the half. Oh, can we get the heal? Oh, we doubled it up. Holy shit, for the first time I think I've ever seen in a game I've played, Maxi gets the double stacks, and look at this. Double stacks is enough to keep the rats alive from the new kid. There's no stopping this. New Kid 14 cannot stop it. We're gonna imp the defense, whatever he lays. Is he even gonna lay anything? Ooh, we imp his own Maxi out of the way. No heal for you, Toyota file. Our own Maxi will come out, and now we just have to stop his Maxi. Oh, if Imp turns around and if Imp would have turned around and started messing Maxi up, that would have been ideal, but no need to, because nothing to stop the Maxi means Maxi just beats up the new kid. There ain't no stopping Maxi. Shadow, what's up, man? Nice sportsmanship there. Oh, was I crying? That was my first game and I was like, are you serious? Fucking silver. Come on, man. I'm just trying to play some games. I should start playing other people's PV or Team Wars so I have more Team Wars. What's up, Sing and Fly? All right, we're on to Namblos. We're on to Moody Fuckethead, but I gotta say, Moody had a great deck. I don't think there was a single card that he had lower than what we leveled him to. And we'll see the domination of Cupid Cartman here in a little bit. The Terrence. We'll put my Terrence out. It's a little bit higher level. And he does get one chip on New Kid, but shouldn't be too devastating. We're gonna have a charge Sam coming at him. We're gonna imp whatever he puts at us, just like last time. Hopefully it's some fat boy. Oh, it is. Imp once again serves his purpose. Wait for one more, use the spell. Oh, and we get the choir boy. Dropping all the energy for some reason right into Sound Blast. And that little trigger there usually means that this guy left, but nope, he's still here. But he played Rats right into Terrence. This guy is just hilarious. OFCOM GWTF barbecue. Those DSLs, baby. Now we just power bind the Sam. Really unlucky if Sam comes out and you don't have the power bind, that's for sure. Fireball does not kill him. No, Fireball would kill him because it's level 2. But we don't need to. We could play Priest or Randy. That's what I'm trying to say here. And I'm right. Either one. I think I like the idea of Priest because it would have healed my 257 damage New Kid, but now's a better play for it. But I don't want to lose that bar. Actually, no, I give up the bar. I should have played Maxi early and then stopped, because then I would have stopped that assassin from taking that bar, but I wasn't too worried about him taking 2 bars. It's funny when people lightning bolt like that. Like, I guarantee you they had 4 cost in their hand that they could have tried to play, push me away, keep Randy away from New Kid, maybe survive, instead of trying to lightning bolt him. Alright, we got Moody. Moody killed it this week though, man. His games were quick. Why is Master Ninja better than, say, Gunslinger Kyle? Both just have attack buffs. Ninja's attack buff is forever, whereas Gunslinger is just a short amount of time. So you have to have really good timing for Gunslinger to work, whereas Ninja, you just have to get it out there and it'll get its value. And Ninja as a card is a tank and quite a good unit. And Gunslinger kind of dies easy and shit. All right, Ninja on the Maxi. We're putting him out to do some chunk damage. Keep him out of the range. Oh, but we're doing huge chunks on this base level Maxi. These matchups were ridiculous this week. 2490 on Namblos, all right. Potato Wars for sure. They gotta figure out a way to adjust the leagues. The leagues don't make any sense. Oh, we got the tweak. The imp tweak protected protected our Terrence from the New Kid Blast, so Terrence could live to fight another day. Oh, and he gets 2 boosted shots on the enemy Terrence, which means he'll be dead real soon from the Ninja. And we can just stack the box here with our level 4 SNR, which I don't even know why Moody has that level 4 SNR, honestly. He's never played Mystic in his life, in her life, I don't know. So Moody took down some easy games this week. Now we got number 3. Is it gonna be just as easy for Moody? Moody gets to 8K and all of a sudden the gate's open. Not much, just finishing up at work before heading out to dinner. As always, what's up, legends? Yeah, Maxi's a beast. Someone LB'd my Maxi twice in the same match. Oh, that's hilarious. Ooh, Sally gets 2 shots in as we continue to defend with our range. Oh, we're gonna go ballsy. We're gonna Ninja the Cupid. Oh, shit. Oh, and the SNR comes out just soon enough where Terrence doesn't get the boost on it, but SNR isn't gonna attack anybody. He's just gonna get beat up by the range. Then we're gonna just leave it, see what happens. Cupid gonna come in clutch with that victory. Terrence is gonna survive, not get hit back at all because he hits Cupid a little there. That's interesting. Try to keep him alive a little longer with Maxi. We're able to do it. He's able to do a little bit more damage. The level 2 Ninja coming in clutch, helping us out. Maxi gonna lead us home. Another easy match. Thank you for the white towel. Appreciate it. For the white flag. Bandita Sally is just worse. Smuggler Ike, changed my mind. Yeah, in most situations, Ike is better, but Sally does have kind of a little bit more reach. So if you put her on the top side, she'll be more likely to hit New Kid than Ike is. I did good with the range units too. My fireball was a good anti-aircraft. Yeah, fireball. If you get a good fireball on good units this Team Wars, it's definitely a victory. All right, let's watch the adventure lock ones, which actually were kind of. He surrendered quicker than the French. All right, we got Sam coming out. Don't really have to worry about it, but we probably should power bind it. Level 1 isn't too big of a deal. That's the decision I was making in my head there. Do I power bind it, or do I just let my level 4 Maxi eat this shot? So we're gonna drop the Cupid out. The lightning bolt was just terrible. So we're at least gonna stunt on him with a Starvin' Marvin. And I think New Kid might be able to deal with Starvin' Marvin. Oh, but the Cupid survives barely from the base level Inkin, and Cupid is able to get healed by Maxi, which is pretty awesome. Cupid is gonna survive, and if he can turn around and start attack, no, if he would have turned around and started attacking the deckhand though, that would have been pretty good. Unable to hit the New Kid and do a little more damage. We got the deckhand coming though. Is he gonna stop it? Oh, he does stop it. Well played. We should have upgraded Marvin 1. Yeah, you're probably right. Just gonna do this to protect my New Kid a little bit, which is a dangerous 14. Gonna wait for the rats to play him. They're almost all dead by the time she plays it. We could play Swashbuckler here to get a little cheeky. But we got that stand-up mini moons level 3 sitting out. And he's unable to stop the push, so we immediately... If they would have survived, I would have played Swashbuckler, but they all died. So we got Maxi coming out against this Sally. Unfortunately, Sally was one of the few cards we dropped energy into, but we do have the Sam. No power bind? Bad teams took no power bind, man. They took, what was the option for power bind? I don't even know. It wasn't good though. All right, we got the Sam Blast coming out. We're gonna put our Starvin' Marvin out after he committed with the Hallelujah. Was it Hallelujah? Was it Lightning Bolt? Are you sure it was Bolt? I thought we had Bolt and Power Bind. No, you're right, because it was Unholy and... Or not Unholy, it was... Was it Fireball and Cock Magic? Is that the other option? Guess we could go back to last week's video. So yeah, a lot of people mistakenly took Lightning Bolt thinking, oh, this will kill Sam, this will kill whoever, but unfortunately it doesn't, because you probably don't have it leveled high enough, and they probably have those cards leveled high enough. Fireball was with Hall? Yeah, that seems right. That seems right. Hey, what's up, Daryl? Alright, so that's the first game. We got an actual 3-bar win with the Adventure Lock, which is pretty hard to come by. Pretty hard to come by, honestly. We're watching the Team Wars games quick before we go through this week's deck and kind of make our best choices. Well played, thanks, Pegs. We got Dead Walrus 17 or 14. No Uratal! No Uratal! 49 to 86 though. Not the greatest matchup, but I only have a few levels. We got Captain Wendy 1 level up, and I believe we have Sally 1 level up. Rats are leveled up. Fireball got 2. You know, I guess we get quite a few levels. We get quite a few levels on Nam Blues. But yeah, we totally could have taken Starvin' Marvin to 3. It would have been more punishing. The Fireball on just the Wendy, I think we're in tough shape now. Would have been nice to get the Inkin on the Wendy too, but I wasn't too worried about it once he gets his target. What we really should have done was take Ninju on this account, because level 1 Inkin is like very subpar, but he does alright for me here. The level 1 Ninju I think would have been more useful, but Cupid here taking the shot so Sally can get in and get one shot in. And Incan taking a shot too. So we're slowly whittling away. If we can just get a little chips on every single push, we will survive. If only he was a little closer and we could maybe push it out so that the rats could attack. She's unable to use it. The rats will continue. He started to use it though. Oh, and the enemy rats, but not quick enough and on the wrong side. We gotta act quick though. We do got the base level maxi though. That'll help us clean up. Unfortunately, we killed the rats a little too fast. We're not able to heal too much, but saves us a little bit. Keeps us out of range of like one hit killing us from something. This is like Wimpy chip deck, right? Starvin Marvin doing like 100 damage every time you play him. Swashbuckler would have been interesting there. Nice fireball here. Wait for one more card. Wait for one more card. The patience. The patience wasn't happening though, but we did time it right. Where we were able to get the choir boy in and a little bit of chip and a little bit of heal. The anti-chip. Now we're gonna run Starvin Marvin at his face. No, I'm just kidding. All right, interesting play here. We play our Captain Wendy behind. It's a level 1 Psalm, so we don't have to worry too much about the damage, but the Captain Wendy gets there. Can we kill her in time? Oh, the ability damage at level 3 is not enough. We can steal the choir boy away though, and Cupid can deal with it. It would have been nice if Swashbuckler would have just walked. Should have played it a little lower, but I wanted to ensure that I was gonna get it. New Kid will blast out the Cupid, but maybe Inky can help out. Unfortunately, no, because Shelly is deceptively tanky, and look at that, they have her leveled to 3. That's what they chose to level to 3. Shelly. Not Choir Boy. Not sixth element. Not Sexy Nun. With 33 attack, we survive. What if that little guy would have like attacked New Kid right there? That would have been crazy. But that was a pretty fun game. All right, now the next one we got is the final one. Another barn burner with the adventure lock. Let's see what happens. I love that cursor. Love it. Major Woody, 42-23. We're gonna lead with that Starvin Marvin. We're gonna see what this guy's got. He does have... Oh, look at this fireball. Oh! Right in between the moneymaker. Oh my lord. Look at this. Perfectly laid and hits them both. 8 energy gone. And Starvin Marvin is clear for takeoff. He doesn't do much though. Almost. One more level would have been enough, man. You're right. One more level is all we would have needed. We got Incan, who's not gonna do anywhere near 83. What are you thinking, Glanzer? He's gonna have Maxi behind it, so he's gonna get healed. We do got a level 3 epic coming at us. Compared the healths there, Maxi does have more, but SNR does do a lot more damage. But we're gonna lead in front of New Kid because we do have that range there. Nothing to heal, so we'll try to get that choir boy dead with the triple shot, and it is. Does heal a little bit of damage, but not too much. The Incan here to deal with the Terry early to not get that value, but the level 1 is not enough to kill the level 3, which puts us in a really peculiar place. What's gonna happen? Incan's alive for just long enough. We put Stand of Many Moons out. He's our level 4, or he's our level 3. What's gonna happen? New Kid takes Terry out, luckily. Oh, and he gets knocked back. Sally takes out the choir boy with a well-played step, and we leave Shelly to her demise. We lead choir boy, who we want, or not choir boy, deckhand, who we wanted to be in front of Sally, but we misplayed it. But we do get it out. No heal though on the Psalm, which was too bad. We do get the damage from the blast onto Maxi, which is all we can hope to do in the death throes of Stand of Many Moons. We got 1:15 minutes to survive. Doesn't look like he's got too much coming at us. Can we take another bar? That's the real question. We got an imp used without a target. Don't know what he was fucking thinking there, but we got the Cupid to bang on the imp, but the target is bad and the Cupid ends up getting attacked by the imp. Will New Kid be able to protect the Cupid? And Cupid is able to damage. Level 2 epics just aren't very good. If you're gonna go base, don't go with the epics. The rares will beat them every time. New kid helped a little bit too. We got the rats coming in a little bit to help. Ooh, not enough. Could have laid... I'm just trying not to lose here, so I usually don't try to get the bar. Ninjuing nobody either. I don't think this guy's ever played these cards before in his life. Swashbuckler that'd be really weird right now. Oh, that's pretty funny though. Bring them all together, baby, for a nice fireball. See if we can take this bar. The Sally Slytherin. We have the time, we can do it. Oh, he doesn't take it, but can the choir boy get down on the bottom side? This guy's really trying to prevent me from taking this bar. He ain't no dummy, but I don't think he has the energy. Swashbuckler's gonna come in and take the bar. Major Woody did what he could. I just got a Major Woody from that game. Oh, thick fireball hit though. Yeah, it was good. How the good do you prime sub? How the good? How the good? How the goof? What the fuck word are you trying to say? How the fuck do you prime sub on mobile? Dude, I've heard it's difficult. I'll be real. I don't use the mobile app because the mobile app is just terrible. Just terrible. But let's move on. Let's keep things flowing because we got a lot to cover when it comes to the dev update. Let's look at the deck choices for this week, week 45. Not the dev choices, the deck choices. For this week, week 45, we will start up at the top. We got Mecha and Satan. Mecha pretty good because, excuse me, with a couple charge cards out there, Mecha could get his value level 1. Maybe he dies to a poison, that would kind of suck, but for the most part, he's gonna get his value level 1. Satan, not a bad pick because you got a lot of Swarm. You got some cards like Terrence and Phillip who split the health, which is good. You got 3 range cards. You got Gizmo or Gnomes, which is going to be Swarm. You got a couple Assassins in there. So I think that Satan is a good choice if you can get him to at least level 3 and have it benefit the majority of your team. At level 1 or 2, I don't think he's useful enough versus the Timmy, which will be level 1 and can do very good damage at level 1. Or not damage, like not damage like damage numbers, but like he can damage shit. Like he can do work. If you grab the, imagine grabbing a cyborg right before he dies. Imagine grabbing a witch and stealing his slow. Imagine grabbing program stand and stealing it. Imagine grabbing a fucking DSR midway through a wet warcry. Like you could do some cool shit with him. So the value from Mecha would definitely be there, and you wouldn't have to spend any caps on him because the poison removal is pretty unlikely because Cock House is probably going to be a good pick here. Even if you leave it lower, they're still good. They still take 1 hit no matter what level they are. Obviously, you'd have to try to play around the Bebe, whichever Bebe might be chosen. But for the most part, I think the Cock House is going to be better here. Some teams might run poison to try to get that Bebe killed, get that Catapult killed, get the Mecha killed or something. But most teams won't because the poison won't kill what it's going for. If you're a middle team, lower team that you're going to be going, against cheap deck or bad, not bad decks, but lower level decks, poison might work out. This case, if you bring Gizmo, you're a fucking dummy. You're a dummy. If you're on a team and they pick dummy and they pick Gizmo Ike, get the fuck out. Get out. Leave. That team sucks. Gizmo Ike is epic, so it'll cost more to upgrade even if you do upgrade it. Cost 1 more, and he's dog ass. Gnomes is 2 cost, is 3 hits no matter what, there's no AoE. Sure, it could feed Bebe, but they're probably gonna die on defense anyway, so Gnomes is just the better choice. There's no question there. I'm not even gonna spend any more time there. Princess Kenny versus 4-ass Monkey. Princess Kenny is probably the choice. Cheaper, better cost. But if you're gonna get base cards, 4-ass Monkey might not be bad. Like, he's an interesting card. His blast might fuck up some shit. It might kill off somebody that might otherwise survive a poison or something. And it's tough to get the step on him because his range is so weird. So I don't think it's a terrible choice if you go 4-ass Monkey, but I do think Princess Kenny is the better choice. At least Gizmo's fun to use. Yeah, gnomes are fun for sure. I've seen one guy get a pretty sick gnomes, and it was like a lucky Gnomes were behind PC Principal or something, and they got ninju'd or something. Or no, I think it was BHK, and BHK was just getting all the heals, and it was healing all the almost dead gizmos. It's pretty good. Turn those useless gizmos into cocks. Now that with Leanne, yeah, play with her. Get a bunch of gizmos by the Leanne, and then Leanne dies, and then they all turn into cocks. That'd be cool to see work. It'd be really hard to do, but it'd be cool. All right, for this one, I think DSR is the choice too, because even if you can't level her, DSR level 1 is competitive. So I think that's the better choice, pretty much at every level. Maybe at the really upper levels, you might see program stand picked to save the caps, because then you could stack caps into all the other stuff, because there's a lot of rare cards that might be picked. There's a lot of epics this week, so it's not a cheap deck. And it'll be early on in the season. The season will reset. Or wait, or is that next week? Maybe the season will reset. But that'll be next week. For the caps, right? Or no, is it Tuesday? I guess I didn't even look. It might be tomorrow. But yeah, so the caps will probably be less this week than normal. Oh, let's look out. Oh yeah, because if we go Hanky and Mecha, having DSR 2 might be too expensive. But for this one, base level Cyborg could get the mind control off. There's not a whole lot of good targets for mind control. It would have to be just like on defense on a big push. You play him out and just hope that whatever he mind controls gets good value. Maybe you could mind control the witch and stop a push. Maybe you could mind control the slave or the PC Principal or something. The only thing that could really threaten him is the poison. Otherwise, he's probably gonna kill what you want to kill, or he's probably gonna die from what you want him to die to. But there might be cocks around that could get the last hit. There might be gnomes around that could get the last hit. So it might not be the best. Level 4 cock is better. Yeah, DSR can be left at base, but not if you're trying to make the best deck at the top level. Because you just wouldn't use her. Even though her ability is great, there's better options for 4 costs that have caps into them, you know? But if you could do program stand and get them to 5, or 4 even, the freeze might be pretty fucking sick with the witch slow too. That's some CC, man. For Dog Poo and Space Warrior, this one's actually an interesting choice, because Dog Poo is a killer in this deck. It's one of the big hitters. It'll really melt witch and some of the other things. It can deal with some of the assassins, but Space Warrior, that cheap 2 cost, that really big threat on New Kid, since it's a level 14 New Kid. It's a tough one. So if your deck's gonna be expensive, Dog Poo might not be the right choice. But Space Warrior isn't super good until he gets leveled. But even a level 3 base one early on, you know, when you're in early levels of the game, you know, if you're in a bronze team or something, could be fucking devastating. You know, you just get one nice pull, but chances are there's gonna be Swarm to fuck it with. So it's a toss-up for this one. I think Dog Poo's the better choice for the more cap teams, but teams starved for caps might run the Space Warrior. Belf here is the choice. You don't benefit at all from getting Robo. If the difference was like Belf was 4 cost or Epic or something, then maybe you'd have an argument, but there's no situation where Robo is better here. There's no attack boost. The cocks aren't gonna die in one shot. There's just no reason to. It's true, YouTube. Few teams will have 2 dead cards this week. Yeah, for sure. If anything, Robo succumbs to the poison. Yeah, for sure. Belf couldn't survive. DSR, Slave versus PC Principal. I think PC Principal is the choice here in every situation, just simply because DSR completely nullifies the Slave heal. And with Cock Magic and Option, even though most teams won't run Cock Magic, with Cock Magic and Option, that leaves his cocks worthless. So there's really no upside to him at all when the opposite is PC Principal, who's basically a headhunter who can do work and survive swarms. So I think PC Principal is the choice here. Warboy versus Catapult is really a toss-up, honestly. If you're gonna run Mecha, obviously you wouldn't run Warboy. You wouldn't want to do Catapult. You wouldn't want to run the double Timmy. That's just typically a bad idea. You can get away with double Assassins. You can get away with double Fighters even, but it's hard to get away with double range cards because you want to keep that range card alive as long as you possibly can, right? So Catapult, if you run Satan, I would say is a good choice because the rats are gonna help with the pushes, help with the swarm, could lead to more Belf stacks, but I think there's ways to deal with the Belf this week, so it's not too big of a scare. But the Warboy is really strong, and Warboy with the Cox or the Terrence and Phillip or even the Witch or the PC Principal, anything like that, if you get the Hanky out there, the Gnomes, all of these things are incredibly strong with a nice Warboy. So if you get a tank out, the real play would be get a tank out there, but whether it's PC Principal or that's really your option, PC Principal or Witch, really. Get them out there, get one other card out there with it, one range card, and then you lay an Assassin and then Warboy. So the Assassin will clean up everybody who's hitting Witch. Witch will slow them, and you actually want to use the ability during your attack animation or during your speed up, because the speed boost that you get during the attack animation is or during the Warcry animation or the charge animation is so worth it because you do it so fast. You get it immediately back to attacking. Poison does stop a lot this week, but if you don't have Cock Magic, or not Cock Magic, the Cock House, well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Poison might be a sneaky pick because the Belf, you don't want to feed the Belf. So obviously you could save the Cock House until Belf is dead though, right? I mean, how many times do you save Nathan or somebody else or Kyle the Drow Elves? You save them until the enemy plays Aerostorm. So having a card that you have to, like, you cannot play Cockhouse until Belf is dead. Like, that is just the rule. The moment Belf dies, play it. And you might get value from it, but otherwise I think it's too risky. So Monkey, PK, Catapult, Robo, all poison candidates. Yeah. Yeah, but Robo's not gonna get picked. Gizmo's not gonna get picked. Cyborg is a good choice, but Cyborg might still die to somebody else before the poison kills him. He runs into the same problem as Cyborg himself, really. Catapult might survive poison at higher levels too. PK for sure to avoid the Death Wish. Monkey for sure. Hanky for sure. Space Warrior. Yeah, but I mean, it's just tough because you don't want to poison Slave because that'll trigger his heal constantly. Poisoning TNP would be a good choice maybe with another range, but Witch is going to be the choice. DSR Poison would be a good combo for sure. But I mean, most of the time you're going to run DSR. You're only going to use DSR on Witch or Slave or PC Principal or maybe Dog Poo, and then you're probably not going to want to play Poison right after it. It would take a special push, and it would take a special kind of stupid to build that push to where you could DSR then Poison. But I mean, it's a good thought for sure. Like, you could win games with that for sure. They put PC Principal mid, they start flooding you with Swarm, they drop a Catapult or something like that, you DSR, you hit everything, then you poison the group, which just got grouped together because you pushed the front guys backwards a little bit. Not terrible. Nam Blues this week is really interesting because the only cards that we can upgrade are PC Principal and Dog Poo. And I guess Satan, but we'd probably just want to dump all the caps here. So then it's all about what are the best base level cards. So obviously DSR, I think Cyborg and Hanky is actually kind of a toss up. Hanky's pretty good at level 1. You have Hanky level 1 with Witch or something base, still pretty good. Belf is good base. Cock Magic. We'll probably want to run Mind Control just because we might pull off. Like, you Mind Control an enemy cyborg, that's brutal. That can be brutal. Poison can put things like Belf Mecha into range of your own Belf to get fat. That's true. That's true. Yeah, because if you don't have Coop leveled to a level where the Belf doesn't one-shot him, which is like, I think level 7 might one-shot level 5 actually, but at certain points, if the Belf can one-shot your Cox from the house, that's bad. If it takes 2 shots, you know, it's not terrible. Like, sometimes she won't get the hit, sometimes it won't work out, but it works out really well for them if you play the Cock House. And, you know, they might be saving their Belf until the Cock House. So it's like, do you want to have the Belf in your hand that's waiting for the Cock House to feed, which you could still play whenever and get value of it? Or do you want to have the Cock House, which you're going to have to wait for the Belf to get played and killed first? Slave after DSR, Coop after Belf, etc. Yeah, that's why I just don't think you should run Slave, because I'm not running Slave. If I'm this slot is for this slot. If I can get Witch in with PC Principle, that's great. But this slot, the DSR is for this slot. Absolutely. You do not use DSR on anybody but PC Principle or him. Unless you already know the PC Principle's an option, then you can use it on Witch. But that's the only time you should use her, is to stop the Slave. Belf likes to get big in the Cock House. Oh, for sure. Everybody knows that, Dano. What's up, man? I'd prefer my team to pick Coop. We might have to pick Poison to save caps. Yeah, and that's another thing. Coops, you do have to level the Coop up to be a decent level, and it's going to be an expensive one. So Poison, I think, could be possible. Pretty cheap to get it to level 6. Pretty cheap to get to level 7 even. Which for spells is actually fairly meaningful, that level 7. So Name Blues is a decent choice. Obviously the Gnomes. Probably Warboy here, because I run level 1 Warboy on my Adventure Lock already, and it works pretty well. So yeah, mainly we'll just dump our caps into Dog Poo and PC Principle. Which is fine by me. They're strong cards. As long as we play around a possible Cock Magic, those will win us games. So sad the event ended and now my Leanne is level 1 again. Yeah, doesn't that suck? It was a fun card. Riku, what's up, man? Reku. Alright. So that's it for the deck choices. Pretty fun week this week. Some cool choices. I love having Witch as an option. I think Witch is a great card. So it's good to use her in Team Wars. I'm sure one of my teams will at least one of my teams will pick her. Alright, so let's move to the moment we've all been waiting for. The dev update. Now, there's a lot going on this week. It's update 4.3.0, so there's like a full-on release number here. Didn't hear Cock Magic MC. What was your choice? Oh, you know what? I might have missed that. I might have missed Cock Magic. I don't think Cock Magic is ever the right choice in Team Wars, honestly, to be completely honest with you. The Cocks are just too difficult to deal with. You're gonna have Swarm out there. There's gonna be a lot of Cocks. You have to level it up. Mind Control, you could leave base. I think Mind Control is the better choice in like every situation. Cock Magic, I don't think is ever the choice, ever. But hello everyone, this is Buck, and Buck is back, and I've got a bunch of sweet info for all of you. We've got information about this week's events, balance changes, gonna be exciting, patch notes, and some special info about the upcoming anniversary of South Park Phone Destroyer. This is the weekly timetable. So we got update 4.3.0, which is gonna come tomorrow with the update, or with the new season. So there must be a new season on Tuesday. We'll have the Tuesday event as normal. Team Wars will go off without a hitch this weekend. We will have 2 times PvP tickets. So I'm going to use that time to spend a lot of time streaming on Friday. And Friday before we play Yooka-Laylee, we'll be grinding out PvP tickets. Weekend stream Saturday night before we play. Not sure what game we're going to play because we just beat Runer. We're going to play South Park before we do that too, because we're gonna get back over 300,000. We're gonna get a nice cushion to get over 300,000 tickets. Now, the cock challenge is going to be Wednesday, Thursday. It's going to be a pretty interesting one. Weekend event is with the episode, so we don't get any info. Sometimes they drop that info on Thursday on this same update, so go and check it out there. But it is the 2-year anniversary. This Saturday, November 9th, we'll be celebrating the 2-year anniversary of South Park Phone Destroyer's worldwide launch. I started on November 9th myself. If you want to find out how you started, all you have to do is go to your South Park Phone Destroyer, pull up the phone in the corner, scroll over to the right, click on messages, and scroll all the way to the bottom where you'll see your first message ever from Don King Butters, I think, where he'll basically tell you, hey bitch, what's up? Now that might not technically be the first day you installed the game. You could have installed it and then not played it for 8 days and then went back and done those first things that'll get you that message. But most of the time, the first time you play it, you're gonna get long enough or get far enough where you're gonna get that message from Butters and it'll tell you where you started. Shadow Tash started January 2018. Nice. It'd be interesting to see when I started the adventure. Like, I want to say I started the adventure like July 2019 or 18. So it would have been like 8 months into the game-ish, something like that. What's up, Execute? 11118. Nice. You guys are scrubs. Get on my OG level, bitch. Anyway, there will be some gifts scattered throughout this week and a very special gift on Saturday with an even more special extra for those of you that started before February 2018, which would be me, which would be everybody else that said their name within 24 hours of global launch. That's weird, Denver Chess. It must be your time zone puts you the day after. Because I'm 11/9. I did it. I had the game watched. Like, it gave me a notification. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are at that global launch too. So when I saw the thing this morning, I just saw the 100 bronzies and I was like, well, that kind of like, what the fuck? That's the anniversary. And then you see this and it's like, okay, bronze, silver, gold, PvP tickets, and gold. Now I'm assuming, this is an assumption, but I'm assuming was the first episode of South Park ever August 13th, 1997? Or was that when Red Link started? It's gotta be when South Park started, right? What is South Park first episode date? August 13, 1997. Nice guess! Alright, so to celebrate the anniversary, not only South Park Phone Destroyer, but also South Park, 8/13 in 1997. I'm sure people are like, what is the point of 8/13 in 1997? That's such a low amount. I bet you there's gonna be a comment about it. We're gonna be like, bitch, that was the first episode of South Park. Get out of here. You don't even like South Park. I am really interested in what this will be though. So this is gonna be a custom item. I got like cat hair on me. A custom item. I don't know what it'll be. I honestly don't have any insider information on this from Buck or anything like that. My guess is like it's gonna be something that shows on your screen, like whether it's like a personal badge that you have, or like by your team badge kind of thing, or whether it's like a pin that's on your new kid's chest or on your new kid's hat, or whatever it might be. Maybe you can customize where it is in your avatar. I don't know, but it's gonna be something that is visible on you, and you'll be able to start getting these things. Now, maybe you'll get it if maybe you'll get different ones. Maybe this is what they'll do instead of outfits. You get different custom items if you're top 25 this season, or if you finish the battle pass, or if you do blah, 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 blah. So this will be something interesting to commemorate, I think, more bigger accomplishments within the game. And then the outfits and stuff can still be this fun thing that are really accessible. And then the custom items can be more nuanced and more difficult to achieve, and can actually show off something. Like maybe after week 52, everybody will get a custom item based on their rank. Free to play will get an item for being number 1, and it'll be something that only people on free to play will ever have, and it'll be that one custom item for them. And then they'll restart the season. It'll start week 1 and then reset and everything. But yeah, so it'll be a custom item. I think it's going to be something separate. It's going to be a new type of item, I think. Or it's a new custom outfit based on some criteria or something, but I would love it if it's like a new, like very special gift. I don't know. Season 23, episode 6 is coming out. Make sure you watch it. This will be soon on HBO Max only. They won the streaming rights. Pretty crazy. Looks like a barrel duggle. It's a fucking gift box, bro. It's a box that is wrapped. That's what that is. As you can see, oh sorry, on Tuesday it will be the sci-fi event card list, so double PvP tickets and shit. Nice. We got Ice Sniper, Program, Visitors, Marine Craig, which is a pretty sweet little deck we could put together there. Human Kite, Fireball, Hermes, Paladin, PC Principal, so pretty decent for any deck to add those cards in and get 2 points, so pretty good choices there. Challenge mode this week is the Cox Challenge, the Seahawks Challenge, the Sox Challenge. That's so funny that they must have like, because they couldn't star it. They started that one time, but now they sped up. So maybe they have like an internal, like, hey, you shouldn't probably say cock on, or maybe it's a forum actually. Maybe the forum does it for you. Level 3, Elven King Elven King will be 10 cost. So that's cool. Keeping the trend of Elven King being 10 cost, and then the cocks, all the cards that have cocks. So Chicken Coop, Slave, Amazingly Randy, Cock Magic, Sorceress Leanne, they'll all be level 3. And I do kind of like this less than I like there just being one less cost. I'd rather the Chicken Coop be 3 cost, Randy be 3 cost, but be the same level, versus that one extra level in challenge mode. I don't think is like super important, I guess. Yeah, CM at 3 still won't be played. Exactly. But CM at 4 cost, level 2? Maybe. Maybe another game with a fart emote. Yeah, I don't think there's anything like that. Like intentionally like shitty like that. Every other game it's called a BM and you get hazed for it. All right, weekend event. Obviously we can't talk about it, but we are extra celebration for the 2-year anniversary double PvP tickets. So get your PvP tickets. If you're gonna refresh lockers, refresh them this week, or not lockers, packs, refresh them this week. Now we got what probably all the comments will be out. The balance changes. We got, as expected, because they were on the watch list, the Dougies are all getting a hit across the board. Their attack is reduced by 20%. So they were all at 80 base, now they're down, or all at 100, now they're at 80. Now that's gonna be more impactful than we think. Basically what that's gonna do is that in most situations where a Dougie might typically 2-shot, it might actually take 3 shots now. I think Barrel Dougie might still 2-shot because of that initial bonus attack. And then the other one, the one that gains attack on the second one might still 2-shot depending on the new kid level, but for Profit and the freeze one, for sure they're not going to be able to 2-shot level like 23 and above new kids at level 6 probably. So that's pretty good for a lot of the people at the higher ups. Also the freeze range is reduced by 25% for Power Fist Dougie. Hopefully that will mean that you can put somebody kind of right behind Dougie and hit him and not get frozen and kill him before he gets that second attack off. That would be ideal. If somebody attacking Dougie from behind him still gets frozen, then it doesn't really change anything at all about the freeze. So hopefully that's true of that. Call Girl's cost is reduced from 6 to 7, which isn't huge. She still could maybe use a little bit more health. I think her attack is fine because she does attack really fast. But 6 cost, I mean 6 right now, that's 6 cost, and bringing back Mosquito when Kun is already out, or vice versa, I mean that's pretty good. Like the Superheroes has enough strong single cards where Call Girl pulling any one of those one at random could be a good play, but unfortunately there's just not that one if so facto punch in the face Call Girl play. You could pope Call Girl into pulling Kun out, which is the best value you can get for energy right now, and it still might not fucking matter because Kun is overwhelming, or is underwhelming. You can have Kun at plus 200 attack and it still doesn't feel like he's beating Asimo. It's very weird. I haven't figured out exactly what it is. Is it just a super slow attack? I'm not sure, but he's not that good. Now, Mysterion's Death Orb being faster is really cool. Mysterion, I think, is a good card. At level 4 and 5, he's definitely playable. It's a little bit more playable now that you're less likely to see the Medusa, I think, because less people are playing Mystic than normal, or at least they're trying out more stuff more often. But what about Callgirl bringing Mysterion out? Yeah, I mean, that's a decent play if you already have like cards out for on defense, like to drop on the Kun or something. Like, but the problem is if you play that early, then Mysterion dies. You just have Callgirl hanging out. So it's hard to play that card well. And I understand why people don't play her much. But Mysterion, I mean, I had a game against somebody. I think it was on. I can't remember. I was playing some weird deck, but he's like level 5 Mysterion or something. He's one of those guys that has a really good deck, level 6 legends and shit. And I Medusa'd his Mysterion twice. And on like the second one, I think, both times. And it's like he still beat me because like he still was getting value out of that Mysterion. He played it every time he got it back, and he got the value out of it for sure. It came back at some opportune moments, and it can really fuck shit up. And it's a good assassin. Like the level 5 is scary, so it's definitely good if you have a cheap deck that you can always kind of help him out, where you can always kind of drop something to help him out. If you have a cheap deck, Mysterion's good. And now 25% faster is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult to have the energy to support him. You're trying to do it every time, but usually let the second one die, support the third one, kind of thing. Let that one force him to play into you, and that's really what you're doing. If you get Mysterion to constantly force them to play into you when they're at if they're at 6 energy and they would just wait till 10, but they have to defend your Mysterion, like that puts you in a really good spot, because now they're at 4 energy while you're sitting waiting for that 10, and they have people coming into you, so you're gonna probably win that push. And then after that push is over, Mysterion comes out again. So on defense, yeah, that's where the 25% is really gonna be huge. When he dies right next to New Kid, he's just gonna come back and forth. It's only the orb though, that whole death animation thing that he does will still take as long. That's not gonna go any faster. So it won't, when he's right next to New Kid, it won't speed him up 25% totally. He'll die, he'll do the animation, the ghost turns into the orb, and then the orb moves faster. So pretty decent. Pretty exciting. See some more superhero play. I might play a little bit more. Callgirl, I think I have 1 away from level 4, so if I just finish my fucking Callgirl missions, I'll have level 4 Callgirl. Jedi Beefcake, what's up, man? Since what'd you say about a legendary card? Also insane value. Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm just waiting for that Garrison card or the Randy card or something that might be 5 or 6 cost. That's going to be a big deal to get Callgirl back. Something with a really cool teamwork ability, maybe. Something cool like that. Callgirl's still dumb and dud, in my opinion. Yeah, she's still not great, but this is a step in the right direction. They don't want to make her too good, right? Big Brown, what's up? All right, now for the fun stuff. Update 4.3. On Tuesday, November 5th, that's tomorrow, we'll be rolling out our latest update to South Park. This update will have some cool new features. First feature, Team Wars practice. There's gonna be a lot of questions around this, so ask any questions that you guys might have. I have some insider information from Buck, and I'll help, get those answered. They have micro increased Callgirl's attack too. Maybe. Finally back, was gone for a bit because the girlfriend come over. Oh, cool, Calf. Welcome back. All right, so Team Wars practice. One of the biggest community requests over the last few months has been Team Wars practice mode. Happy to say we've worked this out and we're implementing this with this update. You'll be able to choose a new option when selecting a friendly fight against a teammate and practice your Team Wars. So my guess is It'll be slightly reworked where it'll be a teamwork button. You click the team button, and another window is gonna pop up, and then you click Team Wars. Now that is gonna give us the option to someday, it's gonna say normal friendly, it'll say Team Wars friendly, and then it'll say custom friendly, where you can set the levels and set the rules, set the new kid level. That's in the future. I'm almost guaranteeing that. But this is the first step where they can customize it to be the Team Wars deck, and then they'll be able to make it custom completely for us. So this is a good first step for us. Now, to answer some questions that'll come right away, the Team Wars deck will mimic where your team has actually leveled it. So you won't be able to like, okay, we're gonna level this card up and then test that one and see. It's like, no, we don't want to do that. We level this one up instead. So in Monday, Tuesday, I'm not sure how it'll work. If it's gonna pick like, if you play on Monday or Tuesday, if it'll pick the currently winning deck or not. Honestly, ideally, I would want it where it would pick the current leader's choice, because then you could switch it on the fly easier, where you could just have the leader switch his choice and be like, okay, now let's try it with Ninju, and then you play it that way. Whereas if it did pick what was the winning deck, you'd have to have the whole team or half the team switching back and forth to try those different deck types out. Now, early on Monday, Tuesday, if you can practice on Monday, Tuesday, you might not be able to practice on Monday, Tuesday. If you can't practice on Monday, Tuesday, it'll be friendly levels. If you can, it'll be friendly levels. Now, throughout the week on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, as you practice, you'll have the levels that you have them upgraded to. So you can't truly practice until, you know, late Friday or Sunday, or sorry, Saturday, when you have all your upgrades complete. Now, obviously, you can train just like we have in friendly fights with them, but obviously stuff like Cock Magic doesn't translate quite as well. But you can you click a button and it'll be boom right there. Your Team Wars decks are fighting, and then it'll be based on the upgrades that your team currently has. Now, what I am unclear on is whether you get the deck levels of your deck or of the team deck. So for instance, if I have level 2 Satan and it gets to level 3, when I friendly fight practice with it, is my Satan level 3 or level 2? You'd think that it would be your own deck level, so you could practice going against what levels you will have. But I think it would be nice to be able to play it at the higher level too, because then you could test it at the higher level before you upgraded. But that, I don't think that's possible. Maybe in the future we'll be able to granulate it more like that, but for now I think it'll be whatever deck you will play with, whatever deck you will play Team Wars with. So if you have a base level card, you'll play in that practice with that base level card, and that's good. Like, you should practice like that. Why would you want to practice with cards you don't have, right? So if Pegs wants to practice against me in my deck, if my deck is perfectly leveled and she has some base cards, then she needs to learn how to play against a perfectly leveled deck and her base cards. It's better for her to train, practice like you play. Why would I want to practice with higher level cards? What does that benefit me? If I want to practice with people with higher level cards, I have to practice with a teammate who has similarly level cards. And that'll, that's another benefit to have a full team full of people that have this shit going on, have their decks figured out. Try to match against teammates on ladder to practice for TMVT. Yeah, I mean, that works. It's pretty easy to match against your teammate. She also needs to practice against other likely decks. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's easier to do for sure in friendly fights. Maybe we'll be able to do something like that in the future to, pick and choose which ones we want to play, and then that'll help us decide on Tuesdays and Mondays too. So it's possible something like that comes up, but for now, this is a good step in the right direction. It's showing the development towards the ability to more customize our friendly fights, which is gonna be fun. It'll open up cool tournaments with certain rules and stuff like that. So pretty excited here. Just sitting here on a team with my 3 alt accounts. Are you on one team? That's funny. I have 3 different ones on 3 different accounts. Friendly fights with a deck randomizer. I mean, that'd be fun. But all right, so new custom item, more customization. So like I said, this is gonna be something else, whether it's a badge, on the actual game or on your new kit or whatever it is, who knows? It might be like a player profile kind of badge thing. All players will be getting a new customization item. All players will get one version, and as a special thank you to our longtime players, anyone who played the game before it will get a special version of it. It's too bad. They've revamped the in-game news. I believe Buck was talking to me about this, how they'll be able to like post videos straight into the news now and stuff like that, so that'll be cooler for reveals. Exactly, Mexican. We'll be able to make like if they fully let us customize it, we'll be able to make the challenge modes that they should have made a long time ago. More customization. All right, we went over that. All right, so bug fixes. Fix an issue that caused Pope Timmy to revive units at base level. The not seeing Pope Timmy's gone. He'll be back in the mix. Fix an issue where Tupper would take damage from Satan's Warcry. That's nice to know. Fix an issue with Imp Tweak and Dr. Timmy's powers. I can imagine. Fix an issue with Swashbuckler's red visual aura. Okay, that's good. Be a little bit more apparent. Fix an issue with Mysterion respawning. Fix an issue where the Coon's power would not re-trigger after being mind controlled. That's a good one. That was really punishing. You would use Coon, he'd get mind controlled by Mecha Timmy, and then when he came back to you, he wouldn't have the attack boost. Fix an issue with the visual effect of the battle cry during battle. Oh, of the battery. I was like, battle cry? What? Of the battery during battle. Okay. Yeah, that was that weird thing where it looked all like electrified and shit. Fixed an issue where the event button would not appear for some players under certain conditions. They've had that in so many bug fixes. They've fixed that bug so many times. Fixed an issue with PvE stages 45, 50, 55 that could cause the game to freeze. And fixed several missing tags from cards. I think that means like, if it's flying, it'll say flying written out. If it's, can't wait to find out what the special gift is. I started my account in November 2017 and left the game alone for almost 2 years. Loving the Mysterion buff, but the Call Girl one sounds a bit meh. Significant, but is it enough? I don't know. I don't think it is. No, I agree with you. But I think, you know, they know what cards are coming. So like I said, there might be some card where, you know, if Call Girl brings it back, it's a big deal. So, you know, if there was like a 10 cost card, Pope would be even better, right? Level tags were sometimes missing on the battlefield. What? What are you talking about? Level tags? No, I think it means like if it's flying, it'll say flying. If it's I don't know, headhunter, it'll say headhunter. It'll actually like write them in the card text instead of you having to guess, oh, is this a flying card? You know, stuff like that. Be a little bit more explicit so you don't have to like play Terrence Mephisto to know that he's a flying card. But a lot of good stuff there. But still double shot and shit like that. Obviously bugs that are more difficult to pin down. The tag that shows the card level during the play on the field. Oh, is that what that means? Do you think that's what tags means? I don't know, when it says several missing tags, that seems like several meaning there's like a handful of them. And that was something that was happening to any card. Like you could, any card you played, you wouldn't be able to see it until it got damaged. Always join the Discord. If you haven't joined my Discord, make sure you do that. We have a lot of fun in there and we talk lots of South Park. All right, let's get to it. Was looking forward to this option. I do hope we'll be able in the near future to compose more decks than the current 4. I'm looking forward to the Team Wars practice mode. Yep, that'll be cool. More deck slots obviously would be something that they could add fairly simply, I feel like, but whatever. Maybe there's something with space. Maybe every deck slot takes up a bunch of space on their server and it takes up too much for millions of stuff. I don't know. The tags appear after a unit took damage, however. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what they're talking about. I don't think that's what they're talking about, just for the fact that they said several tags. Unless it was only happening to certain cards. That's possible. Team Wars practice. Oh my god, do you have more details? Since it's a good step, but what are the limits? Okay, my question is, why don't you wait a fucking day? You will be able to look at it and see what the fuck happens in a day. Why do you have to have this information now? Just say, cool, looking forward to seeing what it's like. Why do you have to be like, oh my god, tell me what's fucking going on? Is it New Kid level 14? Of course it's New Kid level 14. Why the fuck would it not be Nuki level 14? Hey, let's let you practice your Team Wars decks, but let's do it against level 11 new kid. They wouldn't be that fucking competent. Come on. Ugh. Anyway, like I said earlier, it'll be the level that your deck is currently leveled to. So when you get to Saturday, you'd be able to practice with your full deck. Whatever your deck might be. Missing battle tokens and Team Wars packs. Oh yeah, 5th place didn't get tokens and they're looking into it. So we know this guy got 5th place. But what are the limits though? Yeah, what are the limits? Callgirl needed a bigger buff. I think I agree. Just compare her to Poop. Poop is significantly stronger in stats when compared level. Actually, if Pope and Callgirl went one-on-one, Callgirl was level 5, or Callgirl was level, yeah, Callgirl level 5 legend, Pope level 6 legend, Callgirl would eat him up. She attacks 3 times for every one of his attacks, dude. It wouldn't even be funny. Did I just say poop twice? Yeah, I said poop instead of Pope on purpose. Pooping on the Pope. I was subtly pooping on the Pope. She then needs to be 5 cost? That's brutal, man. Can you imagine 5 cost and bringing a 5 cost? Ho, that'd be tough. 6 has got to be what it is. Callgirl attacks faster than Shelly. Dude, yeah, she attacks fast. Good update. Very excited about the Team Wars practice mode. Yes, sounds great. Assuming the team practice will be at level 14, whatever levels the team has upgraded to, this will help lots of players. I'm excited. Yeah, Shadow Tash knows what's up. Is the Leanne card going to be fixed? I haven't been able to use her yet. I'm sure they'll fix it. Is the Leanne card going to be fixed? Probably not, man. They just got it out. You think they're going to fix it in 3 days? 6 cost is fine, but she needs more specifics on her summon, in my opinion. I don't know. It's the first card ever where you truly have to take into account how you built your deck. It truly is the first card ever that you have to take into account how you built your physical deck and how you'll cycle your physical deck. Because if you play her and you only have Osimo in your hand, but you know that the next card could be Mosquito or something, then you know you're at an advantage. If you don't know what that card is, then you could play, oh no, I got Mosquito. Like it's the first card that takes true deck building awareness and deck cycling thought in order to completely utilize fully. And you could just try to do it like, okay, I'm only running 4 superhero cards. I'm running Mosquito, Program Stan, Coon, and that bitch. So if those 2 are out already, and I know that I got my next card is gonna cycle to Coon, you can put her out, cycle the card into Coon. The card that cycles is an option, and then boom, you have all your superheroes out for a push that's just gonna get cock magicked. I still see so many bugs with my Dougie walking towards the new kid, and now you decide to nerf them all? Well, yeah, now don't use them. For sure don't use them. It's the only card that allows me to play a PvP game as fast as possible. Oh, what a balance change. I can't beat up on noobs quick enough while I'm D-ranking. What a piece of shit. Let's say it together, chat. What a piece of shit! Today on Who's a Piece of Shit? 4 out of the 6 cards that were balanced are Dougies. That's because they hit all the Dougies. Clearly, they just... what the fuck? What? They typically touch 3 or 4 cards. They touch 3 or 4 cards. They just hit all the Dougies at once. So freaking happy. Best changes ever. Everything is so awesome. And a Cox challenge. My game name isn't Chicken Lover for nothing. Woohoo! That guy's awesome. They nerfed Bradley and Inkin last season, which made Dougies even more powerful than they already were. How does nerfing Bradley make Dougie stronger? Inkin still kills Dougie at any level if you're level 4. It's a perfect nerf to Dougies. It was too much of a crutch to too many players. Absolutely agree, it was definitely a crutch. I will say though that I would have preferred them to lose health versus lose attack. But this works too. Like I said earlier, it'll cause a lot of the Dougies to not 2-shot some bars, so it'll be a little bit better. I gotta say I'm looking forward to watching people matches full of cock cards. Yeah. It'll be pretty great. And the dildo, the slave dildos. Defending Dougie is like people who still defend MJ after the HBO talk. Or for people who think we went to the moon. Alright, I know I'm sometimes a bit negative on here, but I have to say thank you so much on a superb update. The Dougies were getting ridiculous and Mysterion greatly needed that. Callgirl still probably needs some more work, but it's a start, yeah. And I am so thankful for the Team Wars practice option. I am Thanksgiving for that too. Stoically inaccurate. Maybe if people actually learned some skill on how to build a push, they wouldn't have to rely on fucking Dougies. Yeah, no shit. No shit, dude. What is wrong with her? Wait. Oh. Get good. What a shitty forum post. I can't place her in the field for my hand. When I play people who use her, I'm assuming my units attack a shadow on the field. No, that's not what's causing the shadow though, because I had Leanne in my deck and my Leanne worked just fine and I was playing against enemy Leannes, but I still had fucking ghosts showing up. So they had nothing to do with Leanne. That's something else going on. Her asset must be compromised on your device. That's definitely something that happened though. You had to reset and clear shit. These rewards are garbage. Could have given us better rewards. Could have given us better free shit. You could have given us better free shit. You could have given us better free shit. Do you know how many fucking mats 100 bronze mats is for a level 1 to 5 player? Do you know? Bubby, do you know? I was yelling, so he's like, are you okay, Papa? Papa, do you know? Do you know? Do you know how much 25 silver mats is for a level 2 player? And they just got it for free, and they haven't even been playing for 2 years. You gotta think about the whole game, buddy, not just you. And when are you gonna make locker rewards better? I mean, you already multiplied them by 2, 3 out of 4 days of the week. God, can you make them better? God. All together, guys. What a piece of shit. Haven't seen an epic in the lockers in weeks, neither a legendary, just a bunch of commons and rares. Okay, do you play 30 lockers a day? Because if you play 30 lockers a day, you'll get at least 1 epic a day, at least, most likely 2. If you only play your packs every day, which means you're only maybe winning 6 games a day, of course you're not gonna see any fucking epics in your lockers. Of course you're not. You have to fucking play this game a lot to see drops like that. What's up, Friar Pop? You know how many PvP packs I open before I open a legend from a PvP pack? A lot. And I refresh them every single time I'm playing. If I am playing a game, I am refreshing a pack. Every single time, unless I'm on Moody. Every single other game I've ever played put me towards a PvP pack. Unless I'm challenge moding and I forget. But like, and I don't even get legends that often. So if you're only getting 3 PvP packs a day and you're expecting legends and shit from it, man, you are mistaken. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go to a game where you have to get 11,000 epics to level up, and then you'll get them every week. You're trying to explain a Dougie nerf with a new card and a legendary that got buffed ridiculously a couple months ago. Wow, that's an argument. I wonder how people dealt with Dougies before that. The same cards, they'll always deal with them, because her health didn't change. Oh, and both Bradley and Incan were nerfed 2 seasons ago. Last season we had no changes. That's just pedantic and stupid. Does that make him feel cool? Oh, you beat him. You beat him, dude. You beat him. Fix unholy combustion. It don't work sometimes. Feels like y'all nerf Mr. Slave. I'm having him level 4 and he dies quick as fuck. That's probably because you're a fucking idiot. You don't know how to play, and the time frame where nobody knows how to fucking counter Slave is over, and he's gonna get countered if you just play him out there like a moron. Jesus, people like him piss me off. I had the same problem most of my weekend, but I reset my router and she suddenly was usable again for the rest of the weekend. I don't know if it was coincident or not. Okay, so there's some weird thing that happened to me one time where, so I would open up the game on Wi-Fi and it would be on one update, and then I would open it on cellular, and it would be on a different update. It would be a _1 versus _2, and I couldn't match anybody on _2 when I was on _1. So there was a while, and you guys saw this on stream, if some of you guys might remember this, there was a while where I could only match up against myself and like go with Christ Bro and like one other guy, because we were the only fucking people that were stuck on that update. And so I was like matching against myself over and over and over again because there was no other people that were an option. And so me and Buck finally did like some full-on troubleshooting, and it turned out that the server that I was downloading my assets from was fucked. It didn't get deployed right. So every time that I went to that server from my Wi-Fi, which was a different server than what my internet went to, the cellular went to, it was downloading and re-downloading assets and fucking me up. So I would go to a point where Ninja was updating like 97 attack to a point where, or whatever he is now, to where he was like in a nerfed state. It was when they accidentally nerfed Ninja, and he was in a nerfed state where he was boosting like 50 damage or something. He was a fucking dog shit, and I would get stuck in that thing. And yeah, so resetting your router might kick you into a different server, which would let you download it correctly. So he finally had the guys redeploy it, and it fixed it for me. And it was pretty early in the morning, so it was pretty sick. But I guess it's 2 p.m. for them. So Dougie-less meta sounds nice. I agree. I'm excited for Call Girl buff and Fast Mystery revives. Yeah, Fryer, you really get benefited from this. Casa must be upset. Yeah, dude, I just fucking lost to somebody from Casa on the Adventure Log deck, and I was running Classy level 4, Swashbuckler, Satan level 3, and Nathan level 6, because I just got him 6, and I felt like it was respectful to put him in the deck. And the guy was running double Dougie with Paladin Shield and Drow Elves Shield. And I was only running Lightning Bolt for removal, and I didn't even have Inkin in my deck. And the motherfucker took 3 minutes to beat me. He took a bar, I took a bar, he took a bar, I took a bar, with shielded fucking Dougies, the freeze Dougie and the attack boost Dougie with shields, and he wasn't able to beat a level 20 new kid until like 20 seconds left in the game. It was just pathetic. Like that guy's gonna have a tough, and he was level 23 new kid at 7,700 elo with level 6 Dougies, level 6 rares, like it was just ridiculous, dude. And I wish I would have recorded that match. It was a solid one. Leanne card disappears every morning. Can't be found in the card inventory. It's accompanied with an additional download at the opening of the app. They're in the same limbo that I was at, I swear. Teammate also has the same issue. We've been asking for improvements to token events for well over a year. Will they ever be improved? Okay, I'm gonna just reiterate this over and over and over again. Just because you asked for something doesn't mean it's ever going to happen. Just because you or the rest of the community think something's a good idea doesn't mean it is. That's it. Should they make token events better? Absolutely. Should they make it better because you are asking for it? No. No. Weekend events rewards were nerfed again? Thanks, Red Lakes. No, they weren't. They weren't. Which also, I mean, it technically was last season. Technically, because it was done before this season. No, it would have been before last season. I don't know. It was a few ago. Which also was the second nerf Inkin received for basically a double nerf. No? Dude, what are you talking about? Inkin didn't get double nerfed. Inkin got buffed, and then Inkin got nerfed. That's it. What is this guy talking about? Hey, what's up, Willie? Feel like Disarray will get some kind of immunity. Yeah, I don't know what he'll get. Leave a puddle of new kid on lava. Oh, that'd be interesting. He leaves a trail when he runs. Hope the reward is random 3x epics or something. Something besides 100 urine samples. Well, I was excited for the special gift. Oh, I'm excited. Maybe he's referring to the Inkin chip. Yeah, but it wasn't really nerf. I mean, he was buffed. The chip didn't matter, he was buffed. Well, I've been playing for a while now, just like many others who probably started later. Hey, Grumposaurus Rex! Getting this, oh, it's donated from Caffeinated Bean. Thanks, Caffeinated Bean. giving it to Grumposaurus Rex, who I don't even think is here. Everyone else has already donated. I'd like the amount of points to be reduced for events either way, but I prefer token events. I hate playing trash cards. Brandy, I like being able to make progress while I'm losing, or make progress while I'm matching up 50% of my games to fellow free-to-play players, and we just trade bars. Like, when you're in the top 100, you get PvP packs fast, because I get free games for 3 bars easy, and then if I get a friendly, I get the game, I get 2 bars, and then 2 games, I get a PvP pack. So token events are simple. I've been playing for a while now. Oh, what? I'm stupid. In my opinion, everyone should get the even more special extra gift. You're a fucking dummy. You think it's unfair to draw a line between people? Dude, it's not a fucking card. It's not fucking a legendary card. Do you not understand the concept of a cosmetic item? You think that people who have... You don't think OGs should get a fucking... an OG item, a custom item that they can fucking wear on their chest? It's like, what's up, bitch? I've been here through thick and thin when you used to have to win 3 games for a PvP pack. You motherfuckers don't know shit. You guys don't know shit about tough fucking games. You don't know shit about being stuck in legendary for fucking ever. No season resets kicking you out. You're stuck in legend with shit cards because your friends boosted you up out of silver when you don't fucking belong in legend. And now to win a game and get 3 wins and get a PvP pack, it takes you 2.5 hours. You want to talk about Phone Destroyer? You want to know what that game did to my phone? You want to know what getting 3 wins did to my phone? It did this to my phone. That's what fucking that game did to your phone. This game is a fucking cakewalk compared to the old game, man. This is a fucking easy game. This shit is easy. And that's the first one. There's another one that's got so fucked up I threw it away. That one still works. What's up, Red One? He knows what I'm talking about. He was here. Or fighting Adorno when you're trying to get to legend. Dude, exactly. I used to have to walk to school in the snow. I used to have to play SPPD with fingertip gloves because it was so cold because we had to turn the heat off to afford the premium packs. Nobody's with you, homie. OGs forever till we die. That's just the same Leanne thing. Are we going back to the 8 and 6 packs for the weekend events? The so-called consolidated but same rewards was bullshit. I don't agree because Moody got 2 epics from the last pack, which has never happened. My Arena 14 account definitely saw a reduction in all items. I don't believe you. I did get more epics, but that's mostly RNG. That was the whole fucking idea, was more epics. I don't know if I believe that he was tracking these before. I don't know if I believe that these are the correct numbers before. Like, how did he's tracking that? Maybe he's got recordings and he went back. That's just, I don't know, Sing and Fly. I don't know if I believe you, man. I mean, it's possible, but did you do it for, there's only 120, did you do it for for single and team? Or did you do only one? Because they definitely redistributed them. So if you only did it comparing your single ones, it might be weird. Those are combined numbers. Weird. 31% reduction in cash. I feel like the cash one was a mistake. Like, they missed the cash in one of the packs for sure. They do that all the time. I don't understand how that, like, the 5th place pack not getting battle pass tokens. How could that possibly happen? Like, what in the code could possibly cause that to change? Like, I mean, there's some things that make complete sense to me. Like, I can understand exactly in the code where it would have a problem. Like, oh, I get it. But this shit, like, What the fuck? Like, it's not even like they changed anything in the Team Wars packs. If they had changed something in the Team Wars packs, then yeah, like, okay, they messed something up. But all of a sudden, the 5th place packs only aren't getting their tokens. And then this, which is probably just missed rewards, because I'm sure they didn't intentionally actually give us less rewards when they said it should be roughly the same. Or maybe to them, 4.9% reduction is roughly the same. I don't know. But, or maybe the extra epics are enough to offset it. But like, how could you fuck that up? What comes in a pack? Like, it would be it's gotta be just a fucking JSON object or something. Like, how fucking hard would it be to get it right, to get the right rewards out? It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, this is something I would send right to Buck though. I'd be like, you're full of shit. Send it right to him. Be like, prove it, bro. And then everybody will get like a comp reward that won't be anywhere near the difference, but it's like a class action settlement, right? Everybody gets a little. I think it's unfair to draw a line between people who've played then and now. Is that the same person? In my opinion, everyone should get that even more special. It's longevity reward. It can't be everyone get a participation trophy. I don't know, blah, blah. Dude, it's not like it's gonna be cards or something. Don't they get that? Don't they understand that? Fix drone and Roomba. An update is needed to fix unholy combustion and Inuit's death wish affecting these units. Okay, somewhere in the annals of the forums, there is a post that ran down every single unit that should get hit by unholy combustion and shouldn't get hit by unholy combustion. And it actually turns out that drone should have always been targeted. That moment when it wasn't targeted by unholy combustion, that was the bug. They have since fixed it. Now I have one possible way I could find that really fast. One sec. Because I remember I talked about it somewhere. God, what were we talking about? Unholy combustion? Or drone? Maybe? I don't know, it's hard to... It's hard to find it, but it was in the, I was talking to like Soul Rakitos or something, and I told him, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure Unholy Combustion should hit drone, because on the list, there's this list, and it's like, this is what it is, if it's unmoving, unliving, this is what it should hit, mind control, blah, 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 blah. And basically it said that if it's moving, but unliving, it can get hit by mind control, which means Roombas and the drone, or not mind control, by Unholy Combustion, can actually get hit by the Unholy Combustion. I'm not sure about the Roombas though, actually, because it might have said also like moving target summoned, like it was this whole big list of all the interactions with Unholy Combustion, and drone was on the list of things that should get hit by it. If I find it on YouTube, I'll put the link below. But somewhere in the annals of history, there's an update that has that. It's somewhere in my Discord. I have a link to it, but I'm pretty sure that drone, I don't know about Inuit's Death Wish, but Unholy Combustion should definitely hit drone. 100%. 100%. Hey Bucks, just wanted to say thank you for everything you're bringing us this week. The anniversary goodies are much appreciated. Yeah, especially for Caffeinated Bean and her superhero deck. And I'm excited to add Callgirl back into my deck. She's one of my favorite card designs, so having her at 6 cost is amazing. And thank you for buffing Mysterion. I really appreciate all the card stat changes, to be honest. I always do. You and your team really show your love for the community when you change the cards like this, and I really appreciate that. On top of that, I'm really grateful that you're implementing a Team Wars practice. I'm really looking forward to using it, so thank you so much. And send me thanks, and send my thanks to the team as well. I guess what I'm saying in summary is thank you guys for your hard work. Thank you for listening and loving the community enough to put in this hard work. And thank you for giving us such a great game that a community could be built upon. I really appreciate everything you and your team does. Got 0 Leannes from the team packs. I think that was the intention, wasn't it? And the final team pack had a single chicken coop. You're only guaranteed the new card if you're up to a certain rank. So this guy's probably rank 2000 complaining. Stop being so stingy with the loot. Bro. The amount of shit that they give us is ridiculous. This is not an argument right now. Challenge rewards are nutty. Team rewards are nutty. Like, if you have to hide the rewards, then the rewards must not be very good. What? I mean, small feedback on the weekend event. No one in my team got a legendary from it. So it makes me assume that added legendary chances is not really a big one. Well, yeah, it's not going to be 1 in 50. Still fearing an even increased token grind. I wonder about the customization reference in this update. We'll wait in 3. Props to bug fixing attempts, buddies. See how many more they cause. Dude, there's a lot of them. Oh, someone's gonna rip into CB. I'm all for being positive, but damn, I think most of us would just like some questions answered with more responses from the devs. You have never talked to a dev in your fucking life, bro. Buck is not a dev. Devs are not answering your questions. They give Buck a little patch note document every push. That's it. Probably not even the devs. He's probably talking to a project manager or something. The devs don't talk to people. For good reason. How about a sticky post in the forum with common questions and a thorough response? Bro, this is 2019. If you want responses and talking to people, you go to Discord. Only old people and people who want me to read it live post on the forum. There are far too many unanswered questions that just linger and frustrate the base. I mean, it's because you guys ask stupid questions. You go to any other game, you think they're going to tell you about their development cycle on a day-to-day basis? Like, you think they're going to tell you every single thing that they're working on in R&D? No. Like, these people clearly have no experience with video games. Maybe a weekly Q&A. They did do that in the dev update. I don't know why they stopped. Probably because people like you asked shitty questions and kept badgering them when they couldn't answer the questions. So instead of accepting that, oh, you know, they can't answer a question about server side because it's not fucking happening, you keep asking them about fucking server side. So maybe, yeah, they stopped the dev updates and they stopped the dev streams because it was a fucking nuisance to them to interact with you guys. I wouldn't do it. They don't get paid extra to sit on that couch. Yes. Yes. Week? Seriously? It was almost a year since I last saw a legendary in a locker. Well, I mean, how many do you get a day? How many do you get a day? It doesn't matter how long it takes because your year... Thanks, Firepop. Terminator bonus, baby. Your year could be as many lockers as I get in a month. So of course, you're probably not going to see a single legend because I don't see a single legend in a month. If you're getting 30 a day, you still might not see them in a month. But that's the point. They're legendary. Crazy. I seriously can't find that post about Unholy. It's real though. I started playing earlier, so I'm happy to get something extra for sticking around. LOL. It's almost not fair to Wendy that she can only summon her theme. Well, Pope, I mean, it's kind of a teamwork theme, right? When Pope can revive any card. I agree, Pope should be nerfed and only be able to revive Mystic. That would be cool. That would be a good nerf. No more Grand Wizard Cartman. You only could do Som, Witch Doctor would be the only, Maxi would be the only choices. I like it. Tarfist is immune to UC, or if it's a bug or something I don't know about. I'm not sure. So it works on moving objects. See this update. Yes, Sing and Fly coming in clutch! Fucking baller! Why didn't you tell me that you had linked it, Sing and Fly? Alright, check this out. Where is it? Where's Unholy Combustion? Oh, no, this is it. Okay, here we go. Insta-kill. Cannot use Unholy Combustion on a PvE tower or chicken coop, as those aren't living creatures. Moving objects, yes. Drone is a moving object. Static objects, no. Human totems, I don't know what that is. What the fuck's a human totem? Some examples: moving object, alien drone. Human totem, PvE towers. Oh, okay. I'm specifically the PvE towers, which would be a cool card to be able to place a totem whose health goes down lower. Minion Masters has cards like that. So you can pretty much use it for defense for only a certain amount of time. So yeah, Sing and Fly coming in clutch. Drone is supposed to get Unholy Combustion. Yes, it is, so let's break this down. Dougie needed a nerf. Guess who this is? What is he saying yes it is to? But its main issue is surviving stuff and taking a bar, which is still going to do because the HP hasn't changed. Yeah, but instead of it only taking 2 hits, it'll take 3 hits, and then the extra health won't matter. This guy needs to think more. Mysterion needed a cost decrease. 5 is too much. Spend most of his time in his orb anyway. No. If Mysterion was 4 cost, he'd be the best card in the game. Hands down. Hands down, he'd be the best card in the game. If you Unholy Combust Medusa every time so you don't lose the Mysterion, fucking 4? Is that freaking Scott? I don't know, man. And Call Girl needs more. Stats are shocking still. Have you used her, or do you just look at the stats? It's called DPS, homie. If the attack is fucking low, the attack is probably fucking fast. Have you even used her? She attacks fucking fast. You put a BHK buff on that bitch that, by the way, is gonna also buff the unit that she just put out. You put a ninja buff on that bitch, and she's gonna fuck shit up. Not every card has to be devastating. She brings back a whole unit. She doesn't have to be fucking Medusa level stats. Jesus. What's the point if her stats are so bad? She isn't worth the cost over the superhero she summons. But if there's another superhero, I don't know, that maybe has a teamwork effect, like the other, like there's gonna be something that's in a lot of superhero cards. It's gonna be teamwork. Maybe Call Girl just being out there is all that matters. Fuck! Ah! Anyway. In theory, 1 cost if she summons the 5 cost card. Right, so let's think about this. If you play Call Girl and you summon, even if you summon Mosquito, that means Call Girl is 2 cost. Sorry, 3 cost. 3 cost. So you don't compare her stats to Pope. You don't compare her stats to Mecha. You compare her stats to Captain Wendy. Or a pared down Belf or something, which she's very competitive with. What? Think a little bit. That bug fix was actually a pretty good balance change. I agree, that's a pretty good balance change. Thank you for the Dougie nerf, but can we please do something? Albus, you little cocksucker. Oh, he sits there and he pulls out my speakers. You little fucker. Pope definitely saw decreased usage in Legendary. Totally did. I stopped playing him because it was annoying to use like Inkin and expect a certain amount of damage, and then he doesn't do that amount of damage. It's like, oh, that's right. I don't know how much fucking damage base level 5 Inkin does. How am I supposed to fucking chip? What's happened here? I would be okay with reviving a weakened card, but they would need to lower the energy cost for Pope Call Girl. I really like the revive system for Pope and Call Girl as it is. Don't touch it. Call Girl just needs more. Is this your name in game? I think we played last night or this morning. Ow, fuck, cat. Oh, never mind. Damn, there's 6 pages of this shit. Is there any way to tell when I started playing? Yeah, if you go to your game, go up into the corner, go to the phone in South Park, and go to your messages. It'll scroll to the right, and it'll be like your actual message app. And then scroll to the bottom, you'll have a message from Don King Butters, I believe. And when you go there, it'll tell you a date next to that, and that'll be like your start date. I wonder if they did that on purpose. I don't know. Is there any way? Can you summon Tupperware with? Is that what you guys are asking? I think you can. Yeah. Same with. I don't think you can pope him though. I think you can summon him because like pulling the card's not immune to being summoned, right? So the card gets summoned, but I don't think you can pope Tupperware back. I think he's immune to that. I did not make a post. That's funny. They'll all get CM'd away anyway. Yeah, so like, you have a sick call girl play. Nope. Post first attack takes about the same time it takes me to check my watch, get angry, write a furious post on Ubi forums, focus on why me. And then when it hits you twice. People don't know how to quote things. Yeah, right? What's a human totem? Yeah. His stats are higher, but he attacks like he's sitting in lava. Yeah. Or only brings back holy cards. Yeah, that would be a good one. Damn, I can't type. Call girl is more difficult to predict for a spot removal than Pope. Dude, that's true. Because, like, you know when Pope's gonna come because the card just died, right? But for Call Girl can be surprised. Suggestion to fix TVT. Okay. As you know, people wait to play Team Wars. The problem is you got people at 6,000 to 8,000 range playing people 5,000 to 2,000 range. You can't fix that no matter what you do, you will get D-rankers. It seems most of us are in Gold League and there is nothing to look forward to. We need to keep the new players playing. My suggestion to fix Team Wars, get rid of bottle caps and make Team Wars just like Challenge Mode. That sounds stupid because then there's no incentive to grind your rank and then there's no incentive to play outside of Team Wars. You guys gotta think, think big picture. Don't just fix Team Wars. What would that do to the game if your rank didn't matter at all? You get up to 8,500 and then you tank. That would cause more D-ranking because people like Shane and me and anyone else, we get up to 8,500 and what's the fucking point of being up there? What's the point of being up there? Except to get my team caps and to get ridiculed by my team when I'm below 8,000 when I get caps. And without that, there would be no incentive to keep grinding, and that's how you keep the game fucking going, homie. Not make Team Wars better for me, because make it more like Challenge Mode, so then the whales don't get an advantage. The whales need an advantage for the game to succeed, or else there's no reason to whale, and the game dies like Hero Academy 2, and you no longer watch me play it. Rest in peace, Hero Academy 2. I mean, come on. This guy posted in multiple Discords today too. Dude, Scott does nothing but talk shit about this game. That post was in the Facebook group. It was stupid there too, yeah. There's a freaking reason why they randomized who you match in a bracket to decrease D-ranking. Exactly. And I do agree that there should probably be, so in every other game I played, there's a fuck ton of tiers in leagues. Like there's like fucking bronze 1 through 10, silver 1 through 10, and then you get to master, then you get to challenger, or you get platinum, diamond, bronze, master, grandmaster. There's a fuck ton because there needs to be a huge amount of spread separating the player base, or else you're gonna have people that are like right here, but the difference is so different that it's like ridiculous. Like if you take the top 10 teams from gold versus the bottom 10 teams for gold, it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. The top 10 teams the top 20 teams are in such a different league that it's a joke. And that's why Team Wars is a joke right now, because their structure was not thought out very well. There should be a limit to how many teams are in each of these tiers, and then everybody else is in the other stuff. So when you get to gold, there's only 100 teams in gold. When you get to platinum, there's only 20 teams in platinum. When you get to ultra plat, there's 10 teams, 2 brackets, 4 brackets, 20 brackets. That's it. That's it. And then everybody else is bronze, or everybody else is silver. Everybody else, that's like the bronze and silver in League of Legends. That's like 80% of the player base, as it should be. They're all there. But until you make it so there's less people, Team Wars will be a joke. Now maybe they're gonna wait it out until the new year, and then they're gonna revamp it completely, and we'll have a new weeks, we'll all lose our crowns. But that runs the risk of like really frustrating people. Because what's free to play, what are some of the people on free to play gonna feel about the game if our lead that we were building for years is all of a year all of a sudden gone? Now, not that I don't think that those top 10 teams would still continue to be the top 10 teams. Of course they would, but it's still kind of a punch in the face to all the hard work, right? So they'd have to be really careful if they reset it. They'd honestly have to ask our permission as a player base. Like, hey guys, are you cool with this? It's not just something you put in an update, like, hey guys, next week we're resetting Team Wars, everyone's gonna be at 0, we're revamping it. Season 2, it'd be like, what? Maybe you give us a little bit more warning. They do need to, for sure, Denver. My team's nearly into gold, we were gonna get stopped. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, the good thing is that they do try to match you decently based on your caps and stuff as far as the brackets goes. So like, the brackets are usually fairly close, but it sucks, man. We're like the 150th best team, yeah. It's crazy, dude. Because the way they have silver set up, Namblos is gonna be gold someday. Because even when we get 4th, and we're rarely gonna get 5th, even when we get 4th, we get caps. Because we get crowns. We get, even if it's 2 crowns, we don't lose crowns. So eventually, if we're not losing, we go up. They needed to make 3rd place lose crowns. They needed to make 4th, 5th place lose more crowns. Because as it stands now, with the points, extra points that you get from your points, it's Potato Wars, even silver teams can get 3K. You're going up. Eventually, Namblos, which is a casual team, will get to gold. It's inevitable. That's shitty. That's poorly made. They didn't think it through very much. But this guy didn't think it through even more. No, what did he even say? Oh yeah, the challenge. It's just dumb to not, like, in theory it makes sense. Like, oh, make it like a truly skillful thing, blah blah blah. But there needs to be incentive to rank up. That's it. And this is their incentive. Team Wars is the incentive to rank up because Team Wars is better rewards than the season end rewards. 40 players completed solo event and 45 players looted last pack, so still below 1%. Well, duh. Okay, also, this is not the type of sample size that you could come to this conclusion. There is nothing of statistical significance that it could be 50%. And it's still not an unheard of amount of people that didn't pull the fucking card. Sam doesn't need a nerf. Adventure theme is meant to be a damage heavy scene. All stands except Tool Shed affect the entire board. That being said, Sam is a legendary card of a damage theme. He's also one of the easiest countered cards in the game. That's true too, but wait, where did this even come? I don't remember this. I don't remember that comment. So out of this whole season of forum posts, you decided to only balance changes you needed were to change 4 Dougies. The balance changes you needed. 4 cards, all the same. You saw no other issues with any other cards that people have been telling you about. What about the 2 other cards that were nerfed and buffed? And no, just because you talk about it on the forum doesn't mean it's going to materialize into existence, or it doesn't mean that it's even a good choice or right idea. You fucking entitled little prick. Hi Buck, I like the fact the phone destroyers from the very early days get some special reward. Was waiting for something like that for a while. Can't wait to find out what it'll be. What a weird quote. The table's info in the link is kind of conflicting since non-living things are not affected, which is described in the last. Sometimes feels very unnatural seeing a drone Roomba combusting into a bloody mess or transform into red chicken, but I thought they already fixed that with Leanne's intro. I mean, it says moving objects are different than unliving ones. Seriously, no nerf again to Mystic. I mean, it calls out in this that moving object is alien drone. Seriously, no nerfs again to Mystic. It's clear the most OP theme. Debatable. It has, I would say it has the most OP cards, or it has some OP cards. Across the board, it's not the most OP theme. If you look at what cards are used in Mystic, there's only a handful of cards that are actually used and strong. The epics, the epics and the legends and Zen. That's it. You don't see very much rare Mystic play. You don't see very much common Mystic play. Fantasy has an ungodly good amount of cards, from epic, rare, common, legend, all the way across the board. Fantasy doesn't have great range options, so you know they can't be the most strong deck because they have a legitimate like glaring issue. Same with sci-fi, no hard removal, glaring issue, can't be the strongest deck. Fantasy doesn't have a downside at all, no downside. Mystic's downside is it's pretty expensive. Fantasy, no downside. Nerf needs on insta-kill spells such as UC and TM. What the fuck would you do to those? Why would those need nerfs? This guy plays Grand Wizard Cartman and he's mad. Youth Pastor, 30 seconds, no spells is way too much. I would agree, 25 would be pretty fair. Santa, don't nerf Sam because of the combo being used too often. What? Slave, his HP regen is extremely OP. No, it's not if you know how to play it. Zen Cartman, 3 energy is too low. No, he's gotta be 3 energy. If you're gonna do something, you have to like affect his ability and his health or something, but 3 energy, you can't have a card that doesn't attack for 4 energy. Medusa has too much health. She attacks so fucking slow though, man. Like if she's attacking midline and you put Hanky out, Hanky will kill her before she gets the attacks off to kill the Hanky if it's a leveled Hanky. So Pope has too much benefits, that's fair. Dragon Slayer Red, way too much health reduced on all enemy units. I think the health is fine, it's the attack that needs to disappear. Taking half health away for a card, it makes sense. It's a perfect ability. It's an incredible ability to deal with. You know what is rich to me? It's like, hey guys, nerf Mystic, but also nerf the one card that really fucks Mystic up. Fucking morons, these people. I swear to God, dude. They have no fucking thought. They have no thought process other than like, this is what I think should be better for my cards and for my deck. This guy clearly runs fucking fantasy and he's only mad about Slave because he doesn't have Slave leveled up enough. It's fucking pathetic. Ugh! I'm just kidding, he could be running anything, but still, like, there's no thought to this. Like, you want to nerf Mystic, but you also want to nerf one of the few cards that actually deals with it, and you want to nerf it in the one way that it deals with it, the fat cards, instead of it getting rid of the attack, which is clearly the extra part of that card's ability. Jesus. Thinking sci-fi needs an alien abduction as a spell. It removes a unit in the field, but not permanently. Yeah, like a Minion Masters has a card like that. It's called Dark Hole, where you put it in, anything walks in it, sits there, and then when it's really cool because like imagine playing that and then cock magic, and then all the cocks go into the black hole, and then when the black hole's up, you just have all the cocks coming at once. Like it's a cool card. It's a cool concept. So something like that could be pretty fun. Don't make your problems mine. Adjust your strategy and get good. Fuck yeah! Asking the devs to make other cards weaker just so you alone can be better at the game is nonsense. If you hate it so much, you know where the door is. I don't use any of the cards you mentioned regularly. I play Mystic Fantasy. I am 7 to 7.8. I have no legendaries higher than 3. My new kid's level 23. Fight me. That guy's funny. So if we didn't start before February, but we've been for a long time, we're gonna just admire the gift only the select few got, even though we've been as loyal as, I mean, not as loyal. Also, anyone else experiencing this bug? My game's constantly downloading upon startup. Yeah. Also, stop trolling Moses. He is correct that Mystic needs a nerf. Stop trolling Moses. Moses is the guy that said it, didn't he? Instead of saying get good for balance, why don't you worry about your OP combos and get good? Dude, you fucking idiot. He just said he didn't play any of those combos, you fucking moron. Now, these two are gonna bicker back and forth. My point is that all you see at higher ranks is Mystic decks. That is not true at all. What higher ranks are you? Is it just that the people you're playing happen to hit? Like, come on. There's more fantasy out there than anything right now. I reckon the new customable item will be the box that our new kid stands on in battles. Ooh. Good choice. Good choice. Call Girl's buff isn't enough. She doesn't seem like a good choice to be in the deck because the highest cost superhero is the Kun only. All the others are 4 costs below and her stats are super low. Even at level 3, Pope is by far a better choice. Even though she's legendary, she keeps herself as the worst legendary card. Inuit's worse. No, she's not worse than Pope, really. Like, it's just that, like, if Pope didn't have Grand Wizard, Cartman, or Sam or something, why would Pope be good? Pope is good because of the couple cards he can bring back. His ability is no better than Call Girl's. And if you take out those cards, or if you add in better cards for Call Girl, then they're one and the same. Except Call Girl's more of a surprise. Who's keeping track of what cards and themes have what legendaries? Because it seems like you guys have one dude in charge giving someone homework on a Friday. We got 2 legendary Wendy's. Meanwhile, Butters has none, Dougie none. Okay, well, who's sitting here keeping track and caring about that? Does it matter to you at all in the game whether there's 2 legendary Wendy's? Does it matter to you at all in the game whether Dougie is a rare card or a legendary card? Like, or not even that. Well, I mean, that actually does matter, but not like the type of card. Like if it's Dougie or if it's Wendy or if it's like, what the fuck does that matter? She brings back units from, like, she summons units. That's a solid legendary card. Everybody thinks Pope should be legend because of his ability. People are pathetic. I've been playing since 2018. Well, guess what, homie? You're not a fucking OG. Enjoy your free gift, but it's not gonna be golden and shiny like mine. Pope works on anything though. Call's options are limited. I wouldn't doubt Pope gets changed to Mystic only someday. I wouldn't doubt that. Pope was never used until the legendary buffed. Exactly. He was never worth it because there just wasn't a good card. You should leave SPPD a negative review online. That'll show him. What OP combos would you be referring to? Tweak Ike combo? Nerfed. Witch Doctor? Nerfed. Belf? Still running strong. Ninja combos? Nerfed. Chicken Coop? Nerfed. Zen? Hate that card. SNR? Worst rated? Yeah. Pope? Currently bugged. Not anymore. Imp? If you're lucky. Rogue? Man, come on, man. Some of you have some trauma from when the cards were OP. Tend to move on. Dude, this guy's right. Imp or Mystic is not as strong as it used to be. It still has Ninja, Medusa, Witch Doctor, and Zen are still solid fucking cards, and the Epic Assassins will always be good. But the rest of them, I mean, Staff, I guess, and Youth Pastor, I suppose. Call Girl still costs more than the average of all superheroes at the moment. She needs to be 4 cost. Can you imagine 4 cost Call Girling into a mosquito? Fuck me. And if I deleted the game for reasons of fate, but I was one of the first people to play, what happens? Well, if it's the same account, you'll be fine. Suggestion for TBT, have gold teams only play gold teams, same with silver. I mean, they do that, but eventually you have to drop it or else you wait forever and you have the option to never get a match. Which, I don't know if you were here, that was a big fucking problem for a couple weekends. We had people having to D-rank in order to get matchups. It was horse shit. Damn, this is long, guys. We might have to quit. Why does Mysterion never get any love from anyone? I run Call Girl and Mysterion for the combo and it's gonna kick even more ass. Hell yeah. Call Girl is gonna seem like a generic, she's basically just a worse, blah, blah, blah. She was too squishy for that. Good evening. I will want to know will we have a buff to token the shaman in the future? That must have been translated. I disagree with you big time if you're suggesting Mystic doesn't need a nerf. Okay, don't say Mystic. Say what fucking cards you mean, because you mean like 4 cards. Okay, I'm not gonna read ahead. He mentions 4 cards, watch. Medusa, very strong. Ninju, Cartman, energy buff, energy buffing staff. 4 cards. All of Mystic is a problem, but you can only mention 4 that are a fucking problem. So tone down the Mystic hate and just mention the exact fucking cards that you think needed nerf. What is the point of generalizing it like that? Like, Ninja's crazy strong, but has constantly gotten nerfed. Makes cards like Manbear Pig or Rats or Pigeons or Dwarves do serious damage. What fucking level you at where that's your threat? You think Ninja's strong because he boosts those cards, you silver fucking twat? Are you kidding me? No, it's when Ninja hits Medusa that you have a fucking problem. It's when Ninja hits Inkin that you have a fucking problem. It's when Ninja hits fucking range cards that you have your problem, not fucking Manbear Pig or Rats or Pigeons, something that New Kid can deal with even with the Ninja buff. Jesus, dude. Of course, I mean, you know, Mystic is probably hard for a level 2 to deal with. You're probably right. Hey, I'm Silver, I resent that IQ comparison. No, not the IQ, the fact that he's clearly not playing at the top of the game and he's complaining that Mystic is too strong. As if he knows, like, the ins and outs of the game. This is just the shit that pisses me off. End of the day, Mystic is obviously a favorite theme for someone in a high position in the dev team and it would most likely maintain its position. So you think, you have such a fucked up weird view of the world that you think that it's more likely that one of the dev team is intentionally not nerfing Mystic? That's your intent, and you don't think that maybe just maybe your view on this whole thing is wrong? And like every fucking DSR is fucking Grand Wizard Carbon. Every fucking deck has really strong cards. Mystic is no exception to that. Do you want to just nerf him into the ground so Mystic has no usable cards? Learn how to fucking play against the deck. Mystic is one of the easiest decks to go against because it's so easy to counter because you know what 5 fucking cards you're gonna see. That's it! That's all you see from Mystic. You don't have to fucking worry about the imp tweak half the time. You don't have to worry about Wendy coming out and healing people. You don't have to worry about Poseidon slowing down the whole group. You don't have to worry about shit. You have to worry about Witch Doctor. You have to worry about Medusa and Pope and Ninja. And that's it. And don't get cucked into pushing into a Zen. That's it. That's all you have to worry about in Mystic. And then maybe the off person who uses Youth Pastor and then Santa Sam, but that's not fucking Youth Pastor being OP. That's those 2 cards being strong and then that card making it incredibly hard to deal with them. But then you use cards like fucking, I don't know, Inkin and shit, and sometimes you just take a loss. Sometimes the other person is running a deck that will lose them 9 out of 10 games, but that one game they'll get the perfect start and they will fuck you so hard in the butt there's nothing your deck will be able to do. Nothing. And you just gotta wipe the dirt off your hands, say good game, laugh at the swashbuckler Dougie that just came at your fucking face, and move on. It's a 3-minute game, and you're writing paragraphs on the forum complaining about it to deaf ears because nobody is reading this except for me. Jesus! Typical lazy balance changes. I mean, I don't know, whatever. How about nope to that suggestion? Yeah. Yeah. Mystic is not the most OP deck, sci-fi is. Okay, I don't agree with that. With everyone stalling with tank cards and using aliens and other range while Bounty Hunter heals everything, stop complaining and get good. That guy's funny. I'm pretty sure this is the same guy that said don't tell other people to get good up here. It's just like, it gets to the point where it's just like 3 or 4 people talking back and forth. It's ridiculous. So much complaining and so few being appreciative about the nerfs and buffs that have been done to cater to your every whim instead of what the majority even wants. As soon as you get what you want, you complain about something else. Let us play the game without having to come here every week and defend all the ridiculous complaint requests that are made so you're not the only voice here. Inkin needs huge buff now. Chicken Coop needs buff. New kid levels are only getting higher, yet everyone always asks for nerfs. How about no nerfs and all buffs? We need stronger cards, not weaker. Fuck yeah. How about yes? There are enough teams in gold now to find matches. As silver players forgot once my... I mean, he's probably right there. It's just another way to manipulate the matchmaking. I understand the decision when there are only 5 teams in gold league. Now there's no need anymore in play. I mean, that's a fair criticism. But like, the odds that you're gonna... even if you're playing at the end of Sunday... You're not the only fucking person that's thinking that. So for every person that you think there's a silver person that's gonna, or there's a gold person that's gonna match up with a silver person, they're probably gonna match up with other gold people who think the same fucking thing. Right? So they're just as likely to match up with another gold person doing the same thing as they are with a silver person who would probably smartly go earlier, not later. Not sure if anyone has pointed this out yet, but the Saturday item is 100% the boxes the new kids stand on. There, that's good. Yeah, that did look, it looked like a box. Yeah, I thought it was a wrapped box, but that could be right. Since it's off-centered like that even. But that'll be a cool thing. Maybe we get like gold ones for being OGs. Bago, what the fuck? You must have started playing yesterday. Sci-fi is not the most OP theme. It has Sir for one, which is a garbage legendary compared to someone like Ninja Medusa. Stop trolling. Dude, if you put 6 element Randy right next to Medusa, she's fucking dead before she gets 2 attacks off. You're fucking stoned, dude. You must have started playing yesterday. Well, you started 3 weeks ago, dude. You're not any better, you fucking Dunning-Kruger piece of shit. God damn it, people like you piss me off. Great news that you're fixing one problem with Pope. Now can you figure out the coding to actually make him bring back the last card that died? Or can you guys not figure that out? Or can you guys not figure that out? You think you could? You think you could? You think you're just better developer than all these other guys? That these professional developers that work for a fairly big a fairly big game studio offshoot doesn't know what the fuck they're doing at all? You know that sometimes bugs are fucking tough to figure out. Or sometimes they're so ingrained that it would take more effort than it's worth. Maybe I know exactly how to fix Pope double attack, but it would take me 2 weeks of dev time to fix it, and it's not worth it. Deal with the double shot. It happens in 1% of games. It's not worth the dev time. Sorry, guys. It's a business decision. Deal with it. Maybe don't forget to play your match. Maybe they forgot. Who are you to say? Why not stop complaining and just play? How is it trolling? You give your opinion, I give mine. That's why all the opinions on this forum should be ignored regarding gameplay. It hurts the people that don't feel how you do. I'm sure I've been playing longer than you. I'm sure he has. So nobody sees any problem with a new card that makes cocks. Development team is just gonna double down on this? Why is that a problem? Challenge mode is cock challenge this week. 5 cards that make cocks. You don't think 5 cards that make cocks is too much? What? Name another thing that has 5 cards that spawn the same unit. What? Sci-fi is the only one close with 2 cards that make robots that are absolute trash. Maybe you shouldn't make more cards for that theme that already has the most. The cards were promised to be related to that week's episodes. Didn't even see Leanne in that. The cards were not promised to be related to that week's episode. If you looked at the dev update, it clearly said that it was Leanne Sorceress this weekend because they didn't have to say, oh, hey, we don't have to do anything. Because we don't have to protect it because it doesn't have to do anything with the mission, or with the, not the mission, with the thing. Not once did they say every single week would be with the mission. These fucking people, dude. These fucking people. Stop lying and admit the devs only play fantasy and that's why they keep hooking up themes and won't nerf any fantasy cards. This is a fucking joke, dude. Like, I might have to stop doing this. People like this exist. What do you think this person's like in real life? What do you think he's like when you run into him at the supermarket and the cashier won't take his expired fucking coupon? What do you think this fucking piece of shit is like? You promised to take this coupon. You promised me that you would take this coupon. Jesus. What's up, Calf? What's up, C-Money? I just can't believe this, man. Like, there's people like this that treat other people like this because of a game on a forum where the whole world can see it. I just... Yes, Seal. This is exactly... It's shit like this. It's the 8 pages of bullshit like this, which is why they don't make a lot of changes at once, which is why they make a couple per season. Now, this is good for multiple reasons. One, it'll limit the amount of bugs that get introduced because there's less areas of code changes to introduce. Obviously a good thing for everybody involved. 2, it doesn't drastically change the meta from season to season, which in a game like this, where your cards are a commitment in money or time, that's a big deal. When they turned everything on their head with that big update, like, people were mad because their whole decks changed, right? And now it's like people forgot about the old things they used to complain about, and now they're complaining about the same things, which will get them right back to that old stuff, and then they'll just start complaining about that again because they lack the foresight to understand, or the backsight, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to understand what they're doing. It's like democracy and politics and shit and war and all that shit. Like, you have war times, which creates hard ass motherfucking people, and then that creates peace, and then the peace creates fucking pussies, like I assume everybody in this fucking forum, and then those pussies make some really bad decisions because they don't remember the wartime. They have no reference of the shit that they prevented and stopped back here. So they start doing all this shit like, hey, socialism's a good idea. Let's do that. And then eventually they're back to war times, and then other people have to make the decisions to get back to where they were. And those hard ass motherfuckers have to get created again to get back to the peace where pussies like you can get created again. And it's the same thing. You have this fucking group of people who are mad at this shit, and they're complaining because this is too strong and this is too strong, and then this happens. It's like, oh, you're not giving us enough rewards, and it's so bad. And then they do this shit where they give us too much shit, and then they're complaining about, oh my god, there's so much to do, I can't play everything at once, and oh my god, you're giving me too many cards, you're releasing too many cards, I can't keep up. Oh, it's ridiculous. People want to nerf the shit out of Witch Doctor and Medusa. They did nerf Witch Doctor. But if you do that, what happens? You get one deck that everyone plays and the meta sucks. Exactly. You have to have a lot of cards that are strong. Or else it will be one deck and it's not any fun. Like, if you go back to the old metas, which everyone thought was the best meta ever because they could free to play their way to the top of the ladder, which is bullshit, by the way. It was the same deck. It was fantasy assassin spam, fantasy adventure assassin spam, and I know it well because I was fantasy sci-fi chippin', and every single fucking game started with paladin into Princess Kenny, and that's better than having actually options to choose from. You could run a Pope GWC deck, or you could run a really spammy adventure sci-fi deck, or adventure fantasy or sci-fi fantasy, or really cheap ass deck. You could run a chip deck with adventure and either sci-fi or mystic. You could do a lot of fucking shit. More now than any other time can you play more decks and be successful. I could play any deck combination and stay above 8,000 right now. I could play any deck combination, and if I built it really well and had the right cards leveled, and be 8,500. Easy. Could I stay 9,000 with any deck? No. You'd have to pick, but there's people who are running double Dougie fucking decks in the top 5 right now, top 10 right now. Like, the game right now is at the best place it's ever been as far as variety in decks. When you look at the fact that I'm running fantasy one time, superheroes another time, sci-fi another time, and I'm playing right with the same people. There are some that are better than others against, like fantasy against mystic is better, or adventure against mystic can be weaker. Like, it just depends on what you're going up against. Sometimes you're gonna have a good matchup and you're gonna win because of what cards you have in your deck. Like, if you go up against a team that has mind control, power bind, and you're running Psalm Santa kind of shit, like, you could lose. You just lost. Like, unless the person's stupid, it's gonna be really difficult for you to get value from your deck because they counter it just completely. Or if you're using a deck that focuses on building a really huge push and they just cock magic it. What's up, Hound? I'm playing Mystic Sci-Fi 7500. I don't play Medusa or Token. Yeah, I mean, I took Witch Doctor out for a long time, and I just had Medusa, Ninju, Pope was pretty much the only Mystic cards I played. And then I guess, you know, the Assassins, but... Yeah, I mean, Mystic, like Mystic, I still lose with my Mystic deck probably more than any other deck because it's so expensive. And I'm really, 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 really dependent on a decent cycle. I can get a bad cycle and get fucked, or they can do good removal at the right time, and I have a deck that's 4-4-4-4-5 in my hand. Like, whereas my sci-fi deck, there's not a single moment in a game where I won't have a 2-drop in my hand. There isn't a moment in that deck where I won't have a 2-drop in my hand. Like, it's impossible. So there's certain decks that are just better, more versatile. Some decks you'll roll face and then lose the next one. Other decks, you'll have to fight it out every time, but you have a more versatile deck and you might end up winning more. A lot of these people are screaming nerfs because their deck gets countered by the deck. Yeah, so they think it's super strong, but they've never thought about changing their deck. Like, I go up against the cards like, oh fuck, like Witch Doctor just murdered me. I need to put Powerbind in this deck. Or like Sam just fucked this deck up. I need to put something to deal with Sam in this deck. Like, that's what you think if you're a good player, not, fuck, they need to nerf that card. Fuck, they need to nerf him. Every once in a while, yes. You could say that about Inkin. You could say that about DSR. You could say that about Satan. I think those are the only 3 cards that you could ever say, like, nerf these fucking cards. Like, these are broken. Otherwise, I mean, when Sam only did 200 damage, he was broken in the opposite direction. People also don't think to ask for buffs. Yeah, I mean, instead of, like buff Powerbind again. Give us a 1-cost Powerbind to deal with these strong as fuck cards. Give us that back. It worked at some point, and that was back when there wasn't even any good Powerbind targets. Like, you didn't even have any good targets. Bradley was pretty, well, I wouldn't even say was, he still is the exact same amount of strength. There was a lad complaining Tupperware was broken in my team. He is very good, but yeah, not broken. He probably used Witch Doctor on him or something. With one of my decks, every time I see Adventure, I'm like, fuck, man, because I knew that Aerostrom and my deck ran a lot of rain. Exactly, like sometimes you just know, like, fuck me. Like, I'm screwed. I had no idea for a 1 to 2 cost card that negated Death Wishes on a unit. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, like a, yeah, Powerbind that stops a Death Wish. That's a cool idea, I like that. Powerbind Stand the Great, that's right, that was pretty much it. Because Stand the Great's ability was horseshit. I mean, that's a card you could say was maybe the, like, one of the most OP cards at his time. Like, oh man, that was a tough card to deal with back then. That shit was brutal. But that does it for... Well, I guess I could refresh. Maybe there's another one. Hollywood went... Well, that was only 24 minutes ago that got posted. It's just so funny that people like to think, like, what kind of conspiracy theories do they believe? That they think that the devs... Okay, one, I'm willing to bet the devs don't even play the game that much. I wouldn't play a game I develop, let me tell you that much. I would have seen it far too much. 10-second Princess Kenny Death Wish. Oh yeah, that was brutal. He'd be great in this meta with his old ability. He does okay, right? Honestly, have you played him? Try him out. He does pretty fucking good right now. I was playing him in a 2.8 cost deck. Pretty good. Gotta admit, 3 cost, fairly decent. If you had him 7, it'd be better. I wish the 7 common would upgrade the ability. Like, why not? That would be awesome. You upgrade the 7. It's like 13k fucking coins. It's not cheap. And you get a little bit of ability boost. Be nice. They're turning the frogs gay. That actually is true. I don't know if anybody's like doing it on purpose, but there are some gay frogs. I think they're like hermaphrodite, so they like fuck each other and shit. It's weird. That's just nature though. Yeah, man. Just let us max that shit. Exactly. Mexican staring frogs. The Hypnotoad. Alright guys. That does it. Oh, I opened the wrong one. That does it for this week's weekly update, week 45. Appreciate you all being here. It was a really populated one is the word. A lot of people hanging out today. A lot of words in chat. Appreciate you guys keeping it flowing so that YouTube's got something to read while I'm ranting. But if you're checking this out on YouTube, getting this far, pretty fucking incredible. So make sure you comment, I made it, in the bottom, and I'll try to get you some buckets if you watch on Twitch. And I guess if you're watching right now, you can say I made it, and then get the buckets. I guess. But yeah, I love it when there's a lot of shit going on and being able to really dig into some of these absolutely incoherent posts. Caffeinated Bean made it. Oh god, what have I done? YouTube. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for hanging. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the Dougie-less meta that we'll see for a season or two, and we'll catch you later.